All right, people. Let's see. Let's see here. What's going on? Let me make sure this shit is streaming right. Because I've been having some technical difficulties up in this place. But we making it happen. Okay, I think it's streaming. I think we're good. So what's going on, people? What's popping? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the bad boy seminar. So if you guys haven't gotten your tickets, today is the day to do it. Okay, we still got a few left. You can get your tickets. Click the link below to get your tickets to the bad boy seminar so that we can make this happen. You feel what I'm saying? So today, real quick, I wanted to talk about how to upgrade a woman's mind. Fabulito 28, what's going on? What's popping? Mike Sato, what's good? What's going on? So real quick, I want to talk about how to upgrade a woman's mind, right? So what does that even mean? What's the point of that? Why are we doing this, right? So the thing is this, man, like, you know, when it comes to, you know, you dealing with chicks and getting shit popping with chicks, yo, Will Baggins, what's going on? So when it comes to you getting shit popping with girls, right? It's always good to be able to upgrade a girl's mind. So what does that mean? That basically means that you are giving a woman a certain perspective that she probably, you know, doesn't know about that can help her in her life, right? Royal Illness was going on. Scheme 100 was going on. S Chrome 100. Mark B Raw was going on. Dwayne Thomas was popping. So when we talk about, you know, upgrading a chick's mind, is basically giving her a perspective that can, you know, get her from point A to point B, giving her something that can basically help her out or benefit her in her life. Now, what happens is that when you do this, or when you give a girl a different perspective, or when you upgrade her mind, what it does is that, you know, when she learns something new or gets a certain feeling based off of what you put her onto, basically the game that you gave her, she attaches that feeling to you. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that when you upgrade a chick's mind, what happens is that she becomes a better version of herself through fucking with you. You understand? Jagged Gent, what's going on? Dwayne Thomas was popping. So guys, remember, tomorrow is the Bad Boy Seminar. So make sure you click the link below to get tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar. Let me give you guys the number. Call the number 646-481-3901. I was having some technical difficulties earlier, so that's why I had to start the show late. The Great Tone 1978 was going on. So, for example, if you upgrade in the chick's mind, right? Let's say you might know some information on something that she's trying to accomplish or get done, or, you know, just any type of, you know, thing in life. Like, let's say, for example, you talking to some chick who wants to, you know, start school and go to college and study some, you know, topic of whatever it is. Now, if you were to put her on to a specific way to, you know, get certain things done in the field that she's trying to, you know, pursue, you know, if you gave her some tidbits, if you have some information on that could help her and benefit her, right? Then that's going to make the shit, you know, a little bit easier for her to go through. Hold on, let me see, get this call. What's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, what's good? It's Johnny. What's going on?
What's poppin', man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, good, man. Good, because this I was having the technical difficulties real quick because I don't know what the fuck was going on, but that's why I had to start the show late. You feel me? But anyway, what's good, yo? What's poppin'?
Yeah, remember that girl I was telling you about last week who did that okey doke thing where she kind of like picked the location before I could like be quick on my toes to pick the spot that I wanted to go to?
Right, okay.
Yeah, we went to the spot or whatever, you know, and it was actually a cool spot, whatever. I actually would go there again with, you know, with another chick, whatever. But got cool, got touchy feely or whatever. Got touchy feely and, you know, kissed on her dick. And I went to Applebee's. Got touchy feely again because it was funny when we was in the bar. That bar that, you know, that place we went to.
Right.
I had asked her, yeah, we should go back to my spot, and she was like, yeah, that's tempting, but she was like, nah. like, yeah, you know what, yo, let me bounce real quick, because I was like thinking I could still get it.
Right.
So I was like, let me just go to Applebee's. I said some dumb shit like, yeah, I want to soak up this liquor. Let me go to Applebee's. So I went to Applebee's. Just got one of mozzarella sticks. We like split that shit. And then I was just rubbing on her back, and she just was like, she was just like, I guess she was like feeling it too. I started fucking like finger popping her in the fucking booth. I was like, oh shit.
Right. In the Applebee's, you was.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like she was doing that jump on the low. Like I'm looking around like, oh motherfucker, they seeing this shit.
Right. So.
Like, shit.
Right. So what happened? Did you smash? Did it go through?
Nah, it didn't go through because I left. I was like, yo, you need to check. So I got this car. She kissing me on the car, but she didn't want to go to my spot because she was just like kind of last minute resistance.
Because what happened? She didn't want to go to your spot because of what?
So she said she was gonna be mad at herself in the morning.
Oh, she wanted those. And wait, and how long you been fucking with this chick? Like, was this like the second date? This is the first date. That was the first date.
Yeah, she was just like, oh, I'm gonna be mad, and I tried to be like slick. I tried to be like, yo, no, I mean, I just want to vibe, you know, get in a more intimate setting, you know,
right?
Just chill out. We ain't got. I was like, yo, we ain't gotta do that. She's like, I was like, it's not you, but I know myself. She was like, I know myself. As soon as I get in your place, she's like, I'm gonna want to fuck you, and I really don't want to.
Right. Well, this is what you do with her. Let me tell you what to do with her because I don't want to keep the line too long because I got like mad people calling in like crazy. But I'm gonna talk to you about this tomorrow too because you coming to the seminar, right?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, cool. So since this is only the first date, you know what I'm saying? Then it's not anything too bad because like she's basically letting you know she's feeling you. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say stay on that. Stay hollering at her, and if by the third time you see her, if she ain't smashing, then you charge it to the game. You feel what I'm saying? But
well, Sunday, we're supposed to hang out tonight. Actually, Sunday, I told him I'm gonna cook a dinner. I told him bring some wine.
Oh, so she coming to your house and you gonna cook her some dinner?
Yeah, Sunday, because we were supposed to hang out tonight, but she said something about she got to go to a party with her friends.
Okay, so yeah, so it's gonna most likely go down Sunday. You feel me? So,
yeah.
So you'll make that happen. You will make that happen, bro.
It's funny 'cause I just want to say one thing. Like I had, because we were supposed to hang out Monday,
right?
But I ain't have the money, so I told her, I said, yo, I got a bill or whatever like that. And then she had sent me this text, and I said, yo, if you're not doing that Tuesday, you can come out and vibe and listen to music. But she's like, yeah, that's tempting, but I don't want this to be just sex. So I was like, I didn't know what to say to that. Right.
Well, see, the thing is, with any situation you're dealing with a chick, right? And they bring up that, sex thing or whatever it is, like, all I would say is this, is that, don't ever tell a chick that, oh, no, we're not going to have sex, we'll just hang out, blah, blah, blah. Don't tell her anything. All you need to do is say to her, listen, you're not going to do, you can do whatever you want to do. You're not going to do anything you don't want to do. So let's hang out. We're going to have fun. And, you just hang out and chill and whatever happens. So you sort of leave everything vague because you want to, be able to have it open to where the possibilities could, certain could happen. So, just leave it at that. Don't worry about having to say anything or making anything specifically sound concrete. You understand? Because you don't want to end up saying something. And this is what I always tell guys as a man. Like, as a man, you're supposed to only say what you're going to do. So if you say to a girl, oh, yeah, come over my house, we're not going to have sex, you understand? And you basically binded yourself to not having sex. You understand? But if you leave it open, like, yeah, girl, just come over or hang out, and if she's like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to do this, do that. Look, baby, you could do whatever you want. You're not going to do anything you don't want to do, and we're just going to chill. And then you just keep it at that. You feel what I'm saying? And that'll be it. But yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. Let's talk more tomorrow. We're gonna make this happen. All right? I gotta take some more of these calls because there's people calling in like crazy. You feel me?
Alright, I'll get up with you tomorrow.
All right, I'm gonna holler at you. Peace. All right, people calling in like crazy. Who was calling? Okay, we got. What's popping? Who's this?
What's going on, man?
What's going on? Who's this?
Oh yeah, it's Weston.
Weston?
Yeah.
What's going on? Where you from?
Yeah, North Carolina.
Okay, that's what's up. So what's up?
Yeah,
what's popping with you?
Yeah, I had a question, man. Like, I can easily approach like in clubs and bars, but I know you probably covered this before, but I mean, I still have a problem with approaching a total stranger, you know what I mean? But
right.
The club and bar is easy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what people go there to do. But, just coming up to a total stranger, I have an issue with that. You know, I just can't come up and just approach like that. Only if it's at a club or a bar.
Right. So what happens? So what happens? What happens when you actually approach a chick, you know, in the street? Do you do that a lot, or have you not done it ever? Like what happens when you do that? What goes on?
I mean, it goes well. It just have to build up enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? Within the club, it's easy, but
right.
I mean, it goes well. It's just you know, it's not comfortable doing it that way because it's like you know, you don't know how it's gonna. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how it's gonna end up. You know what I mean? It's kind of like. Because it's a total stranger at this point. But you know what I mean?
So the thing is this. The thing is, all you got to do is this, is that when you hitting up a chick that's, you know, not in those environments, you know, you're not in the club, you're not in the bar. Let's say you're on the street or something, you see a girl on a train or whatever it is. All you need to do is really go direct. You understand what I'm saying? That's the best way to, you know, holler at chicks, you know, in those situations. Meaning you just go up to them and say, yo, miss, what's up? How you doing? Look, my name is so-and-so. You know, I think you're really attractive. What are you up to this weekend? We should get together and get a drink. You understand? It's like literally 10, 15 seconds of that. So the thing is that at that moment, she just got to make a decision, either yes or no, or she'll probably tell you she got a boyfriend, or, you know, or she might give you the number, whatever it is. But all you do is that you make the shit short, sweet, and quick. You understand what I'm saying? When you're talking to them in the street. You feel what I mean? Because a lot of times in those situations, they're coming and going. You feel what I mean? So you don't want to have to, you know, sort of say too much and waste time, and then the girl's looking at you like, yo, like what's good, like what's going on, and then at that point she might end up rejecting you because she knows the reason why you're approaching her is because you're trying to holler. So the thing is, you just let it be known and keep that shit moving really quick. You feel what I'm saying? And then the thing is that the more that you do it, the more comfortable you're going to be at doing it. See, it's all about creating a habit. See, once you create habits, it becomes part of your nature. You see what I'm saying? So if the reason why it's probably hard for you now is because you're not used to doing it. So once you get used to doing it, it's not going to be as hard. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So definitely. So that's really all you got to do. You just got to put yourself out there, be direct, and then do it consistently, and then that's going to make it a little bit easier. And don't get thrown off with the, you know, if the chicks reject you or they ignore you or they keep walking or whatever, that's going to happen regardless. You feel what I'm saying? So you just got to, you know, keep that going. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
All right, man.
All right, thanks, man. I'll try that.
All right, man. I'm holler at you. All right, peace. Yeah. All right, so I think Will Baggins, I think he was trying to call. I think he was on the 347 number, so you could call back, you know, and we gonna make that happen. Yeah, man. So you talking about? Oh, let me get this call real quick. Yo, what's poppin'? Is this Will?
Yo, man.
What's going on? This Will?
Yo, Locario. Yeah, man, that's me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Where you from?
I'm from New York, bro.
New York. That's what's up. You coming to the seminar tomorrow?
Man, unfortunately, I gotta work, man. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, that's crazy. Nah, that's all good.
I gotta work, yo.
That's all good. We gonna have some of the clips up from the seminar, and everything too. But what's going on with you?
Man, that's my situation, bro. I bought books yesterday, and I was just like reading and chilling, and there's that girl that came by. Long story short, it's a long story, but man, I never had a legit conversation before with a girl with her. Like, that girl was like the first time I actually like felt good talking to someone. See what I'm saying?
Wait, some girl you met at Starbucks you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like we just met. Like we met at 2 p.m., bro. Like,
you remember
we
the fucking time?
The whole day.
Wait, so this a girl you was on a this a girl you was on a date with, or it's some random chick?
No, random chick. I just met her.
Okay.
Like, we started. Like, we spent the whole day talking, bro. Like, I started at 2 and we finished like till the thing closed, like at 9 p.m. Like,
are you serious? Hold on, wait. So you was talking? Yeah. Hold on. Stop. You was talking to a chick from 2 o'clock to 9 o'clock, dude. What are you doing? What in the hell? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Okay, wait. Hold on. All right, so you got this girl's number, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. But yo, it's how I got it though. Like we were living, right? The thing was closed, so
Uh huh.
we got outside, and I'm like, all right, I have to see you again, cause like you're a cool girl.
Right.
Then she was like, oh, text me,
Mm-hmm.
and something hit me.
Right.
Like I didn't take her number. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't ask her for a number before, so she said text me, and that's when I took my phone out and I
Mm-hmm.
took their number.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And she's like, hit me up Saturday. Hit me up Saturday, cause I'm going to be doing a few things.
All right. So wait. Let's hold on. This is the thing, man. What I want to tell you is this, bro. Is that don't ever talk to no girl from 2 p.m. to 9 o'clock. Like that's too much time, son. Like that's crazy.
I was, like we were talking about bad shit, yo. She was showing me her family pictures.
Oh my Jesus,
She
you
was
in love,
showing
bro?
her
You in...
home, like, yo, my nigga, yo, she was showing me everything. Like I know her dad's name.
All right, so wait,
She was
so
showing me her
so when
life
you gonna
story.
see this chick again? When you gonna see her again?
But I'm supposed to hit her up tomorrow, and I'm supposed to see her tomorrow. So I hope she don't flake, yo. That's
Let-
the thing. Like I hope she.
Listen,
I hope she out.
listen.
Yeah.
What I want to tell you is this, and this is for all the guys that go into this situation, okay? Because this is ridiculous. You're putting too much value on this situation. You already put so much value on it by spending, what is that, like 6-7 hours on with this chick. You understand what I'm saying? And so okay, you got the information. Just hit her up, set up a date, and chill with her. You feel what I'm saying? If she flakes, then whatever, just keep it moving. But that should, if she does flake, it'll teach you a lesson to not spend 6 hours talking to some random girl you just met. You feel what I'm saying? So the only time you give a woman, more time and more attention is when she's earned that shit. When a chick is probably your girlfriend or your wife or whatever it is. The thing is right now what's happening to you is that you're like this is like probably what like you said one of the first times you really talked to a girl and the shit it was like going smooth and all that, and that's good.
Bro. Yeah.
It's good, but dude,
Everybody
listen to me.
on some bullshit.
But this is what I'm saying. Listen to me. Don't get gassed off of this situation. That's all I'm saying, because what's going to happen is you're going to set yourself up for disappointment if the shit is, if it don't go the way you need to go. You feel what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, set up something, see what could happen, and then, and then see what it is. But don't put too much energy and hope into it and too much value into it, because now you're making it the situation and her a bigger deal than she needs to be. You feel what I'm saying? But yo, listen. I'm gonna let you go real quick. I want you to hit me back next week to let me know what happened. All right?
100%, man.
All right,
I'm
man.
A big fan, yo. I'm a big fucking fan.
I appreciate it, man. All right, I'm gonna holler at you. Yeah, man, that's crazy. This dude said he fucking was speaking to the chick for damn near. This nigga, oh man, that's crazy. You guys, y'all can't do that shit. But anyway, so the topic was, how to upgrade a chick's mind, right? And so the reason why I even wanted to bring this topic up real quick is because I had a subscriber hit me up, a bad boy member. He hit me up the other day, and he was basically watching the Manhood in the Game seminar that I did with Royal Flyness, right? And so he was telling me, he said that Royal Flyness said something, in it where he was talking about getting in a chick's head, right? And so he wanted to know like more about that, like how do you get into a girl's head? Like what does that mean? What's the point, right? Now, basically what it is that, getting into a chick's head is basically upgrading her, meaning that you are giving her information and ideas that's coming from you to have her learn something new or to do something better or to see the world in a different perspective, right? So a lot of times when you're with a girl, right, your girl is basically, at the end of the day going to be a reflection of you. She's a reflection of you, right? So the thing is a lot of times is that when you're with a chick for a good amount of time, right? Well, I'm going to take calls in a second. When you're with a chick for a good amount of time, what happens is she's going to pick up on your ideology. You feel what I'm saying? She's gonna pick up on the way that you think, the way that you do things, and all this other stuff. See, what happens is with women in general is that women, they are, living in a world sometimes that is not necessarily a reality to a certain extent. So what I mean by this is that a lot of times women will, people aren't going to tell women the truth all the time. People aren't going to say certain things to women, because a lot of times women will get sensitive, they'll get emotional and all this other stuff. Like, like sometimes you might not tell a girl you won't be honest with her because she can't take the honesty, right? So since she can't take the honesty, what happens is that she might be missing out on certain things, right? So you as a man, if you go up to your girl or a girl that you're messing with and you tell her certain things, what you're doing is you're giving her perspective that she might not get because most people aren't giving her the real shit. So it's like if you were talking to a chick and she's telling you, oh, there's this guy who that I know or I met, and he said that he's gonna help me do A, B, C, and D, and he seems really cool and yada yada yada, and that this guy is just trying to holler at her or talk to her because he's trying to hit it, he's trying to get in them buns. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, you're upgrading her mind to let her know, like, look, this guy's not trying to be your friend. Like, none of these guys are trying to be your friend. But see, she doesn't see that because she, she's living in a world that's a different type of perspective. You understand? So you're looking at it and you're telling her what the real deal is that she probably doesn't see because she's seeing the world through her eyes as a female. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you upgrade her by letting her know these different things, then it puts her onto game so she knows better for next time. Do you understand? So the thing is that when you do these things, it can basically make a woman more attached to you because she's getting that game from you. You feel what I'm saying? So it's really, that's what it's really about. It's about you basically giving her that information to upgrade her mind. You understand what I'm saying? To have her see a different perspective, right? Also, a lot of times what happens is that when you're dealing with girls, a lot of times they have, a perspective that doesn't really align with what's really going on in reality. So, for example, you might even be trying to holler at a chick, and then what happens is she might say something like, "Oh, I don't know if I should like sleep with you now because I need to get to know you more and all this other craziness." Hold on one second. And all this craziness, and then the thing is that what's going to happen is that she's not going to sleep with you because of some thought process that she had from wherever that doesn't really make any sense. So you just have to sort of bring her back to reality to let her know, hey, listen, all that stuff you're talking is not really real. Like, I'm feeling you, you feeling me, we adults here, I know you want me, I want you, so let's make something happen. You understand what I'm saying? So you're letting her know these things because at first she thought if I sleep with this guy, he's going to look at me as a slut or a whore, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. But the thing is that if you communicate with her and let her know what the real deal is, right, then you give her a different perspective on certain things. You can be like, hey, listen, a guy will leave you whenever. You understand what I'm saying? And hold on, I'm getting a lot of calls. I'm gonna just try to finish this point real quick, and then I'm gonna start taking the calls. So, I even tell girls this, where I'll be like, listen, a guy could leave you whenever. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just about the sex. It's about you as a person. If the guy sees you as a person, you understand what I'm saying, that he likes, he will continue to want to see you, especially if he's at that point in his life. You understand? So if I'm talking to a girl and I say, hey, listen, I'm really feeling you. It's not just about the sex. I actually like you as a person. And, I like the fact that, we could have this dialogue and, I see that you're mature. I'm mature. Let's make something happen. So what I'm doing is that what I'm doing is I'm basically giving her a different perspective that she can take and see, so that she can apply it to her situation in order to basically make her move in a different direction that will benefit her. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is that what you're telling her and what you're relaying to her and what you're saying to her is something that she's not going to get anywhere else from anybody else. You understand? It's kind of like let's say if you were a artist, you understand, you're trying to get a record deal, and you've been trying a lot and you've been doing all this other stuff, and then somebody who's in the actual record industry sees you and they say, yo, you know what, you got some talent, but look, this is what you got to do. You got to put out your own music video. You got to do this. You got to, build your own fan page. You got to make this and happen, because they have that knowledge to bring to you to give you the reality of the business in order for you to upgrade your situation. So you're giving her the reality of the situations that she's in to upgrade her mind so that she can be in a better situation. Now, when those situations present itself where she sees the progress and the benefit, then she attaches that to you. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's really what it is. But I got mad people calling. You guys can call back in. I had someone from 240 area code, 909 area code. You guys can call back up as they want to, I was flowing with the point. I didn't really want to, break it up too much. You feel me? Clutch Entertainment was popping. What's going on? What up? What's going on? Who's this?
Yo, this is Heaton 16. What's up, Tim?
What's going on? What's going on with you?
So, I just needed to know, how can I stop tripping and sweating these hoes, because I'll be around them and I'll just, I'll act, a certain way.
What do you?
When nothing's on the line, I'll act. What's up?
Wait, say that again.
I was like, when nothing's on the line, when I'm just chilling, I'll be cool and I'll be attracting the hoes, and then it's kind of like that act when they observe a molecule, and the act of observing it affects the molecule. I don't know if you heard of that.
Nah, I haven't heard it.
So once they start doing that to me, once they start choosing the boy, then I start sweating them. So I'm thinking, how can I stop sweating them, and just be myself?
Well, listen, dude.
Like I said, I don't know how to act around hoes. That's the thing. That's my issue.
Well, dude,
just be around them.
That's the thing, is that when you're chilling and you're not making a big deal, then everything is cool. So you just have to transfer that energy to every part of the situation. You see what I'm saying? All of this is coming from your mind, because when you start seeing a girl choosing, or you start getting nervous, you probably want the situation to go a certain way. So then you keep making it a big deal. You keep going, you keep making that shit like a serious situation. So the thing is, you have to chill in all aspects of every situation that you're dealing with a girl. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't have it to where you are, scared to interact with her in this moment, and then you're okay in this moment. The reason why you're okay in a certain moment is because at that moment you're not dependent on a certain outcome. You feel what I'm saying? So when you're not depending on the outcome in general, you feel what I mean, then everything will be cool. You feel what I'm saying? So, but again, this takes practice, because if you because I know, like, you've called in a few times and you've been saying how you still get nervous around these chicks, you still these things happen. So again, it's still with putting in practice. So the thing is that you have to be able to deal with women and not be so outcome dependent in the situation. You understand? And what I mean by that is, you can be dependent. You can want the outcome, meaning you might see a girl you think is hot, you want to fuck with her, you think she's cute, you want to have sex with her, you want to date with her, whatever, that's cool. You understand? So you try to make that happen. What I'm saying is that if it doesn't happen, don't get upset and don't be mad about it. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that if you're not depending on the outcome to be a certain way, and you're cool with whatever outcome it is, then you won't be nervous. The reason why you're nervous is because you want a certain outcome to happen. That's all it is. You see what I mean? But again, it's going to take practice on your part to be able to experience that and realize that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, because like I said, I'll just be chilling. I'll come through, I'll walk through, and just my presence alone.
Right.
I'll see certain girls that are, feeling me or whatever, just on the strength of me just walking up. And it's like that, I go from just being relaxed and just chilling to, now I'm sweating them.
Right. And so that's the thing. Just, you just relax throughout the whole situation, and more girls are going to gravitate to you in that aspect, in that regard. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all you got to really, practice and continue to see. And you got to notice it. You got to be aware of it. You got to be aware of how women are responding to you in certain situations, because you're already aware that you're chill at first and then you start sweating them. So you have some sort of awareness about yourself. So now that you have an awareness about yourself, you have to say, okay, I notice I'm doing this. Let me stop doing this. Let me stop, let me stop myself from going overboard and getting too nervous or crazy about the situation. You feel what I'm saying? But yo, I'm gonna hit you up later because I gotta take a few more of these calls because the lines is going crazy right now. You feel me? All right, I'm gonna holler at you, man. Keep doing your thing. All right, 240, call back up. 240 area code, call back up. Richard Jensen, you say you was calling me? Yo, what's poppin'?
Hey, Mr. Locario, how's it going, man?
Good. Wait, who's this again? Is this, you called me earlier, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry for blowing up the line like
that.
Oh,
no, it's cool. Because I was like, what's your name again? Evan, where you from?
I'm from D.C., man.
D.C.
And you know what? Right quick, I was about to say, we kind of briefly talked over email, like not too long. I'm the guy that kind of canceled your subscription, so
right.
I don't want to hold up the time, but basically in depth was the situation I went into. I lost my job because I had some shit going on. A lot of it, I had a family member that recently passed away.
Right, I'm sorry to hear about that, man.
Thanks a lot, man. And aside from that, it was just like some shit going on within my job. But aside from that, on a relationship tip, when I also put in the email that I went on a date around Valentine's Day and it didn't go that good, it was mainly because like I hadn't been like on the dating scene for, I would say, 3 or 4 years. I hadn't been, my last relationship was probably 2.5 years ago. I've been in a complete pussy drought. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's bad. It's just so bad. And like I've been hanging out, a lot of my friends, they have like these enormous body counts. They're like these ladies' men, and you know they try to help me out, but I'm just like I want to do it for myself.
Right.
So I got into listening to you and to Tariq. So after that, it's just like, you know, if you ever came to a point where you get so much information but you don't apply it,
right?
Eventually, it's just like, damn, what the fuck am I doing now? And that's kind of like where I am now. So my basic question is, it's like, what can I do to necessarily get over the negative thinking of my history of being bad with women and how to kind of push forward?
Right. Well, see, that's the thing. You all you really need to do is focus on what you're trying to do, what you want to happen. You feel what I'm saying? And figure out a game plan to make that thing happen. You understand? Because everything that happened before, it doesn't really matter at this point. You see what I'm saying? And the only thing that you would even need to focus on about what happened before was whatever benefited you before. So if you had a whole bunch of situations that didn't benefit you, you understand what I'm saying? You can look at the things that you learned in those situations and then use that and apply it now. Or if you had certain things that helped you out, figure out, okay, well, that one time I was with this girl and it worked out. What did I do to make it work? Or what happened that made it work? So you take whatever happened in the past, you take what you can benefit from, with those situations in the past and use it for now. You understand what I'm saying? But right now, literally, you just got to focus on what you're trying to do now and then figure out what you need to do in order to accomplish what you're trying to do now. So, for example, if you're saying, okay, well, I want to start dating more girls, I want to start having more sex, I want to start hooking up with more girls, you understand? Like, let's say if you say, okay, I just want to, start hooking up with a whole bunch of girls. I don't even want to go on that many dates. I just want to hook up, have sex, have fun like that. Then you're like, okay, I want to do that. Now, what do I need to do to make that happen? You feel what I'm saying? And then so based off of that goal, you say, okay, well, I might need to go out more and to different bars and clubs or whatever and talk to more girls. I might need to get up on my, online dating, Tinder, OkCupid app type of stuff. I might need to, step up my social circle game. I need to meet some more people who know some more people. You feel what I'm saying? And then so, the thing is that, in order for that to go down, you have to really make that plan and then execute. But this is the part that's hard about this, and this is why most guys mess up with the whole shit, right? Like, you see what my hat says? It says hustle. You understand? That's the part that nobody wants to fucking do. That's why shit don't go down. I be trying to tell, I had this debate with my girl the other day. I was saying to her, I was like, yo, because we were talking about like dating and how it is for men and how it is for women. And so she was saying, like, damn, you make it seem easy to go out and go and get a girl and shit or mess with these girls. But the thing is that it's not necessarily that it's easy, but it might look easy because you see me with a different girl here and there. But the reason why you see me with a different girl here and there is because every one girl you see me with, I probably have to talk to 25 or 30 girls. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing that nobody wants to do. You feel what I mean? So it's
so crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And last thing, I just want a brief question. So when you're like generally hanging out with a female, say you want to get to know a female, and it starts off kind of on like a platonic level, even though your mindset is you trying to fuck. How much of a fuck should you give emotionally when you're trying to invest in like just getting to know a female off the break?
Right. Well, I mean, the thing is this, is that it's not necessarily that you need to give a fuck about anything, but you have to find something you like in this situation to give a fuck about. You understand what I'm saying? Either that be, you know, and the more things you have to give a fuck about, the better, because then that's more authentic. That's how much more authentic you come across when you're interacting with the girl. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you let's say if you like a chick physically, like she's just bad or whatever, and that feeling is enough to give you the motivation to really go in. You understand what I'm saying? Or if a chick is, you know, saying something or doing something that, you know, piques your interest or whatever, that's enough to where you can have a conversation with her in order to make something happen. Because the more a woman feels that you're genuinely interested in her, the more it's easier for her to open up to you and to interact with you. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, you know, especially like in a lot of the pickup artist community, they sort of teach you, they'll say, oh, you got to build rapport, you got to, you know, do it. And all that's really saying is that they're saying that, you know, a woman needs to feel something in the situation with you. But the thing is that what's hard about it is that it's hard to build rapport inauthentically. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why you have to find something you like about her in order for it to actually be real, in order for you to actually interact with her in a way where she's going to feel it also. You understand what I'm saying? And so it could be something as simple as, like, let's say the chick has a fat ass. You understand? Like, she got the fattest ass you ever seen. And that is enough motivation for you to be conversing with her, interacting with her, trying to make something happen with her, because you're motivated by seeing her ass naked and hitting it from the back. You understand what I'm saying? So there's something there that's motivating you to step up your game in the best way you can to actually make something happen with her. But it's not necessarily you bending over backwards, doing a whole bunch of bullshit, trying to be on some nice guy shit or whatever. It's that you're being so authentic because you're authentically so in attracted to her that it's drawing you to her in a way where she's feeling that energy. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it is, man. But yeah, man. But definitely hit me up. I got a whole bunch of other calls coming in, so I'm gonna have to let you go, man.
Thanks for taking my call, brother.
Definitely,
thanks
man.
A lot, man. I really appreciate that.
All right, man. I'm holler at you. Peace. All right. What's poppin'? Who's this?
Hey, what's good, baby? It's Rob from upstate New York.
What's going on, man?
What's going on? I got some. Well, I'll say that in a second. What's the topic for today? Upgrading women?
We talking about the topic is how to upgrade women, why you should upgrade women, all that other stuff. You feel me?
All right, I'm gonna add on to it. I'm gonna say, first of all, the woman's gonna be upgradable.
Right.
Niggas is out here wifing up bitches that's not upgraded. Ain't nothing upgradable about these hoes.
Right.
Niggas is whining and dining and rolling out the red carpet. Like, you know what I'm saying? If she's fat or she's older or she got kids, like, you gotta look and see if she can even be upgraded. You may
Real talk.
spend all your time trying to upgrade the bitch, but she got 3 kids and she ain't even 30. It's like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And then here's a good. I'll drop a little jewel, like, because like women, they're real emotional. So we're dealing with women, and so like, say for example, they could be real emotional one day, and they're in a bad mood, like, and they're saying all this stuff. Oh, this happened and that happened.
Right.
It kind of brings the energy down. And the jewel I do is I ask them, well, what do you want to happen? Like,
right.
Talking about a job. You don't like the job, but what would you want to do?
Right.
What you know what I'm saying? And that moves the conversation into a positive direction. And, you know, you could talk about what, you know, because she may start telling you, well, I want to go back and get my degree, or I want to, you know, get the job doing this, or I want to get a car like this, or a house like this. And, you know, you could, because once you put it out in the universe as to what you want,
exactly.
That's what you You know what I'm saying? But I called because I'm in a little situation.
Right.
I got this bitch pregnant, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Damn.
Yeah, I know, nigga. Nigga, I was driving on the highway. The bitch texted me like, I ain't had my period in 2 weeks. I damn near crashed the motherfucking car and shit. Like,
wow.
Shit.
Wait. So wait, was you smashing this chick raw?
Nigga, raw dogging this bitch.
Oh,
nigga,
man.
I know niggas gonna get on me for that. I'll say, I don't know, because we was only dating and just like fucking around, but now the bitch is pregnant, and I'm like, she's real disrespectful to niggas. Now I'm seeing this whole different side right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how I should deal with it, because I don't want to just be, I mean, I could just cut her off, but I mean, she's pregnant, she's going to be emotional, she's going to be going through some shit, so I don't want to do it necessarily now. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, just her tone is just real crazy. So, I guess the longer, isn't my mistake, because the longer you get to know somebody, the more you get to know about them. It's like, man.
Right.
Now, so what would you say? I don't want to choke this bitch, but you know what I'm saying? It's getting to that point where I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Yo, it's crazy because,
I know.
you
I
know.
feel like I'm on a Marley Provis show.
Right. I mean, it's one of them things, man, because if she, you know, most likely she's going to decide to keep it. You understand what I'm saying? And
she said she was gonna keep it. She don't believe in abortion.
Right, exactly. That's what most of them will say. So, man, dude, it's one of the things where it's like, I say the best thing you can do is try to figure out a way to resolve the situation, meaning like you got to find a way that you could coexist with this chick. You understand what I'm saying? In a way that's not going to basically bring too much stress and frustration in your situation. You understand what I'm saying? That's all you can really actually do, at this point. You feel what I'm saying? Because
but I'm from the school of, like, bitch, don't be talking to me like that, because, like, I can't just pause the bitch now.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that, you gotta put yourself in a situation or create a situation between you and her that is somewhat cordial. Now, I don't know how this chick is, because if she's like on some, oh man, see, that's the thing. If you messing with a chick who's on some extra shit, that's gonna be a little bit tough. You understand what I'm saying? But as much as you can, you have to be able, you got to be able to orchestrate the situation to where it's not gonna be too much drama. You understand what I'm saying? Because
the past few days, I just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even, she ain't hit me. I ain't hit her up in like 3-4 days. Normally we don't go this long without talking and shit, but now it's just like, I don't even know, it's just awkward. Now it's like, what are we gonna do? Like, I don't even want to be with you or be around you, but now I got to.
Right. I know, and that's the thing, man. It's like, it's a hard situation, and this is what I'm saying. Like, as much as you can, you got to keep your head on straight and be able to manage this situation the best you can for you and the chick. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, she's gonna, there's gonna be a whole bunch of emotional shit. It's gonna be a whole bunch of her feeling a certain way and everything like that. But as much as you can sort of, and this is what we're talking about, like upgrading chicks' minds and shit, is that as much as you can be able to orchestrate the situation with her, you understand what I'm saying, to not make the situation like crazy, you understand, and that comes from you being strong enough to be able to tell her and guide her in a way to say, okay, look, this is what we're going to do. This is what's going to happen. This is not what we're going to do. You understand what I'm saying? And hopefully, you understand, she has some sense to where she's able to listen to what you're saying. Because like you just said earlier, there's some girls that it's going to be hard to upgrade them because of how their mind state is.
I mean, but I do have some, like, because the reason I was even talking with her, like, she's cool. Like, she's 18, bro.
She 18? Damn.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I couldn't fucking pull out. I couldn't goddamn control myself. It was fucking superwoman pussy.
Wait, how old are you?
27.
Okay, wow, man, damn.
But see, yeah, I know, nigga. Hey, when you out in the game playing, you know.
Right.
Well, I mean, I do fuck with her because she does have a job. She does work. She goes to school. You know what I'm saying? She's bad as shit. I'll give her a straight up 10 out of 10. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Right.
A lot of these niggas be saying, like, I'll post a picture of this bitch. Like, she's fine. Like, but it's just I don't know. It's the attitude. And I guess you're saying just try to.
Yeah, you got it. That's all I'm saying. Because what I'm saying is as far as the stress on you and the energy, you understand what I'm saying? That's gonna transpire through these situations. What you want to happen is you want to sort of instill a way where she sees the situation in a way where both you and her can cordially work shit out. You understand what I'm saying? Because the point is that if she's gonna have the baby and it's gonna go down, then it's gonna go down regardless. So you can either have it go down where it's a lot of drama, or go down where it's not as much drama as it could be. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of that.
How do you feel about? I know some niggas do this shit. They just be with the girl because they just want to be a family and raise the kid because they were raised as a single parent, or they didn't want.
You talking about like marrying the chick and all that?
Huh?
You talking about like marrying the girl or being with her? Like,
no, Nick, no, I would never. I'm talking about marriage. I'm talking, you know how some dudes and they just settle down with or just, you know, they all live in one house. They all, you know what I'm saying? They, instead of you co-parent on this side of town and this is my weekend here.
Right.
They kind of sacrifice what they want just for the child now because it's greater than them. And like I said, they may have grown up in a situation where their parents went around or their aunt raised them.
Right. Well.
So they raise the kid with the woman, although it may not be what they necessarily want because it's what they feel is best for the kid. What do you feel about that?
Right. Well, that for me, I feel like that depends on the specific person's situation, because I can't really say what's better or worse. I feel like it depends on the person's beliefs and their lifestyle. Me personally, I don't think it's good to uproot your whole situation for a kid. I don't have a kid, so I can't really. Maybe if I had a kid, I'll be talking a different thing. But I always looked at it as I still got a motherfucking life, even if I got a kid. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do what's good for the kid, but I also have to do what's good for me. You feel what I'm saying? So there has to be some sort of balance, because if there's not, at the end of the day, there's gonna be a lot of resentment, a lot of anger and frustration based off of, oh damn, I done did all this shit for this kid and then this girl, and then you know what I mean, like that also could be there. So again, it depends on the people in the situation.
I think that's why dudes be having midlife crises and shit.
Right. You feel what I'm saying?
They want it for a family that they necessarily didn't plan to have.
Exactly. I agree. Shit.
Yeah.
I agree, man. But yo, dude, keep me posted on this situation, man. Hit me up next week, and we gotta, see. Let me know what's going on, man.
Word, man. Hopefully, I'll figure it out. Thanks for all the advice.
All right, man.
Doing what you're doing, man.
All right, man. Be safe, man. Use condoms, bro. I'm telling you. My bad. I think I cut it off real quick. But yeah, yo, shit. I even said it in my last video. I was talking about the mistakes I made in the game, man. You gotta wear those fucking condoms, bro. Felipe said this shit stressed you out for real. I'm telling you, when you talk about that shit, you be like, man, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. That's fucking crazy. I'm just like, yo, like, motherfuckers is getting chicks pregnant and shit. That shit's scary as a motherfucker. What's going on? Who's this?
Yo, Locario, this is Papalito 28. What's good, bro?
What up? What's popping with you?
Hey, not a motherfucking thing, man. I got a question for you.
Right, what's up?
I met this girl a couple weeks ago at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she was bad, and I saw her looking at me like a couple times actually, like a couple of different days.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went up to her, I talked to her, and got a number, and we went out on a date. And she was telling me like basically what the guy was just talking about, like about kids, but she got her kid with some other dude. But the kid's 7 months old, and like she's 25, she's my age. But I wanted to ask, because I have a feeling that because she said she can't get babysitters all the time, so I felt like she was trying to like go out but bring the kid.
Oh my God.
I don't know, you know what you feel about that, and you know what would you say to that, and also another thing, she's telling me how her baby daddy is always checking on her, and
oh my,
going to be
dude, you need to get out that situation, like ASAP. Just hearing you even talk about this situation, it sounds just all over the place. You feel what I'm saying? Like.
Right.
Like the fact that she got kids, then she not even in a situation to where she can get a babysitter and do all the other shit to see you, and then you got the baby daddy checking up on her and all the time. It's like the shit's not worth it, man. You understand? And you can't be going on no dates with her, bringing her kids with her and all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's not gonna fly at all. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. So yeah, you might need to charge us in the game, bro. I'm just saying, like. That whole situation is basically set up for disaster already. I could already see it just based off of what you just said, just right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yo, like we went on a date, right? And she seems like she got her shit, together though. Like she has her own crib. She has a good job. She's like actually an intelligent.
Oh, you breaking up? What you saying?
I was saying that she's not like some regular chick. Like she's intelligent. She has a career. She has her own crib. It's not one of these regular chicks. So I felt like we had a good conversation, and she's mature. But the reason she's single is because the guy cheated on her and got another chick pregnant while she was pregnant. So, but she was with the guy for 7 years. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't seem like she's like a crazy chick like that.
Okay, so you're saying that she was with this dude for 7 years. He cheated on her while she was pregnant with his kid, with the kid, and he got another girl pregnant. So then she dumped him.
Right.
Okay, and then so basically, and you saying, but you were saying that y'all trying to get together and she can't find a babysitter.
Yeah, well, we got together and she was able to find someone, but I don't know. It's like it felt like she was trying to say, like, maybe in the future, like maybe if she can't find like a babysitter, like let's say we go to a park or some shit, she might bring the.
Oh, nah, don't do none of that shit. Listen, if from what it sounds like if you feel, because it sounds like you really feeling this chick, right? So I would say, I personally wouldn't fuck with her because that sounds like too much shit for me personally. I feel like there's other women out there who don't got kids who will cooperate and all that other stuff. But I would say if you really trying to see her, I say you could fuck with her, but sort of fall back a little bit, meaning like hang out with her here and there, see what it is, get a little feel for her. You understand what I'm saying? And then if it works out where she's actually showing improving, you feel what I'm saying? Then, okay, you could take it seriously. But I feel like at this point, right now, you can't really take her too seriously until she's sort of like letting you know or showing you that she could be taken seriously at this point. You feel what I'm saying? Because all that bringing the kid with to the date and all of that, that's ridiculous. You feel what I'm saying? Like even her suggesting that is kind of crazy. You feel what I'm saying? And so you don't want to get caught up too much in that type of in those situations like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
Like if she proves to you that she's a cool chick and everything is cool and all the other stuff, and let's say I actually do get along and everything seems aight, you understand what I'm saying? Then as time goes on, if you keep seeing her, then let's say if y'all got together, let's say if you were her boyfriend at some point, let's say y'all really got together, everything was hitting it off, then at that point, you could go on a date and y'all could bring the kid if y'all want, because you already know her, you know the kid, everything is cool. But at this point, hell no. You feel what I'm saying? like hell fucking no. You feel what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. But yo, you come into the Bad Boy seminar?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. tomorrow.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Can I ask you something else?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, because I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to ask you at the seminar.
Go ahead.
But because you know how like, everybody has friends, but, like, my guy friends are not really, they don't have, like, the balls to just go up and talk to girls. So I don't know if, it'd be, like, a good idea to link up with some of the other guys that are, kind of, like, going to be going to the seminar.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what you should be doing. Like, see, if you fucking meet other guys who are trying to go out and make something happen, that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you build your social circle. That's how you get wingmen. That's going to make it easier for you to attract more women when you get with other guys who are trying to do the same thing you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely you got to become cool with other people that you meet that's trying to do the same shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, man. But yo, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Come through, and we gonna chop it up a little bit more. You feel me?
All right, cool, bro.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you.
All
right, peace. Man, so was Richard Jensen? Was that you trying to call up with the unknown number? If it was, call back. Call back and see what's popping, so we can see what's popping. But yeah, man. Oh my goodness. Again, you guys gotta wear condoms, bro. I'm still thinking about this dude that got this chick pregnant. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, Richard, call back up. Call back up. You understand? Because, if I get some chick pregnant, man. Woo! That's crazy. That would be fucking crazy. I'll fucking lose my goddamn mind. I will lose my goddamn mind. Oh my goodness. See, what I do is I fuck a chick with a condom on and I pull out. I don't even nut in the condom in the girl. Now I'm already out that motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. It's got to be careful out there. Parwan Karmay, what's going on? What's popping? Hold on, Richard Jensen, you said you 14? Don't be calling up if you 14, bro. Oh, man, hilarious. What you doing watching this if you're 14? You need to be watching some Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying? My dude Mouse Cunningham is on his way to New York City. He's going to be at the Bad Boy Seminar. So, guys, if you don't have tickets, click the link or go to MrLocario.com to get tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar. This shit's going to be off the hook. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, we're talking about upgrading chicks' minds, man. And also, see, the thing is that when you upgrade a chick mind, right? When you upgrade a girl's mind, what you're doing is, you are basically making a chick, you're leaving a chick better than you found her. You understand what I'm saying? So, when the next guy comes through, you understand, shit'll be easier. So imagine if you met a chick who was dealing with a dude who upgraded her mind, who got her on some other shit. You understand? So it's really important that you know how to do that shit. Oh, Johnny, you said for night game, do you prefer direct or indirect? Well, direct to indirect all depends on, a lot of times the situation you're in. I'm actually going to be talking about that tomorrow at the seminar. I'm going to be talking about a whole bunch of cool shit at the seminar, bruh. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, what's good? This is Chance out of Los Angeles.
What's
I'm living in Los Angeles right now.
What's going on with you?
Maybe I hit you up maybe about a month ago, but I've been following your shows. I've just been busy.
Okay, I remember your voice. So what's going on with you?
Alright, cool. Yeah. I was trying to find. First question I wanted to know: are you planning on doing any other like seminars, like possibly maybe this summer or anything?
Yeah, I might do another one maybe around like August, and then might do another one like later down the year. But yeah, I'm gonna do some more soon. The thing is with the seminars, is basically me and Miles Cunningham putting them together. So it's just us two really grinding it out to make something happen. You understand? So it's hard to like really get all of it going. So I'm gonna try to get more of it popping off soon though. I'm gonna definitely do that.
Okay, alright, cool. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the deal. I went on a date with a chick, a cool chick off of Soul Swipe.
Okay. Yeah, I know about
Soul
Soul Swipe. That's the one with all the black folks on it. That's like the black Tinder.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was my first time because I never went out with. I usually just use Tinder to meet up with chicks. Like I usually only use that app. This is my first time meeting up with a chick on from Soul Swipe.
Right.
And I met up with her, and she came to my. Like she drove over to like a bar by me.
Mm-hmm.
I invited her to, and pretty much to cut to the chase of the story. Pretty much, I got a kiss at the end. I kissed her on the lips like right before she left out. After we left the bar, after chilling there for about a good hour and just chopping it up and like getting to know each other. And pretty much after that, I didn't hit her up until. I hit her up Wednesday, so we went on the days. We met up Saturday. That's when we went to the bar, and then I got a kiss at the end, like on her lips, pretty much. And then after that, I thought it was cool. I thought that kiss would lock me in for she'll hit me back up ASAP. But I did wait it out. Like I wasn't in a rush to hit her back up, so I didn't hit her back up till Wednesday. But I didn't get a response. I was just like, I just said, hey, how you been? I was just trying to start it up to where I could
to plan another date.
When I could set up the second date. And
right.
I'm glad. Yeah. So pretty much, she had to respond. I don't know how. I don't know how I'm gonna play it. Like I
so you said you
drop her, but I don't really want to.
So you said you went on a date with her, and you hit her up on Wednesday. And when you hit her up, did you hit her up and say, "Hey, let's get together on another time," or did you just hit her up to say, "Hey, what's up"?
Well, I pretty much hit her up to say, "Hey, how you been?" And I was gonna wait for her to respond to that. Then I was gonna just go for the
right.
Go for the when you free again. Well, she told me on the day. She told me she's only free on the weekends, like pretty much. And she told me during the week.
Right. So this is what you should do, though. This is what you got to do. Usually, when you setting up a date, when you go on a date with a chick and you're contacting her again, always in the first message, send her something about getting together. You understand what I'm saying? So, because you just was like, hey, what's up? And then you wait for her to respond and blah, blah, blah. You don't need to do all that. Or you can say that all within in the text. Be like, hey, what's up? Had a good time last time. Are you free this weekend? So the question you should be asking is, hey, are you free? Let's get together. What are you doing this weekend? So you have to be talking about the actual getting together. You feel what I'm saying? Because you want her to be able to respond to that. You see what I mean? So if she doesn't respond to that, then what happens is that you can either charge it to the game, or you can hit her up one more time within like the next few days and then say the same thing. And if you don't hear from her again after that second time, that's when you totally charge it to the game. So now that you've texted her and you said, hey, what's up, whatever, and she didn't get back to you, just wait a couple days and be like, yo, hey, what's going on? Are you free this weekend or whatever? Or, let's get together. So you telling her, hey, let's get together. Now, if she doesn't respond to you after that text, you charge it to the game, because now that'll have been twice you got in contact with her. You see what I'm saying? So, right. So I would say just wait a few days or whatever, hit her up and say, yo, when are you free? Let's get together again. And if you don't hear from her after that, then you keep it moving. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
Right. So that's pretty much all you got to do, man. That's pretty much all you got to do. But yeah, but yo, like, hit that, send her that shit, and then keep me posting and let me know what happened later on. You feel me?
All right, cool, yeah.
All right, man, I'm hollering at you. All right, peace. Yeah, so that's all you guys got to do, man. Literally, just hit them up, set the date, and let them respond to you about the date. If you don't hear from her, hit her up a few days later, be like, yo, let's get together. And if after that time you don't hear from her, you just keep that shit fucking moving. What's going on? What's popping? Who's this?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Locario? It's Dom again.
What's going on with you?
Quick question about the seminar. I can't, go because it's just too far away. I don't have the money.
Right.
I just want to know, like, what are the options to like be able to see it? Like, if you're not a Bad Boy member.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have it up. Well, if you're a Bad Boy member, it's gonna be up, so you'll be able to just watch it on the Bad Boy membership if you're part of that. But if you are not a Bad Boy member, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put like a clip of it up. So I'm gonna have maybe like a 5-10 minute clip of it, or maybe two or three clips. And then if you want to watch the whole thing, I'm gonna have it for sale on the website. You feel what I'm saying? So that you can just buy that DVD or that MP4 joint. I don't even know yet. I gotta figure it out. I gotta talk to my business partner and see how much we're gonna charge it for it or whatever. You feel what I'm saying?
I want to see that, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be tight. So I'm gonna have some clips up so whoever is not able to make the seminar, you're gonna see it. You see some of the clips, and if you want to see the whole thing, we're gonna have the whole thing up, and it's probably gonna be up basically before April 1st. So it's gonna be up by the end of the month. You feel what I'm saying? So we're gonna be filming it tomorrow, and then wait, say that again.
The full seminar is gonna be purchasable before April 1st.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. So that's what we're gonna make that shit happen. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my second thing is how to because I've been just approaching girls recently and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what are like some, I guess you could say, do's and don'ts of approaching? Like, are there certain places that you shouldn't approach, or like is there a certain way you should, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Because I've been getting a lot of girls that are just not turned off, but just I had to because it was awkward at first the way I approached them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I approached this one girl at I think it was like Target.
Mm-hmm.
And she was off guard, and I was like, "Yeah, Target's kind of a weird place to approach."
Right. So, that ain't nowhere. You listen. You can approach a chick anywhere. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but
any fucking way.
She just felt awkward about it. So I was like, whatever. But
right.
I kind of had to kill the awkwardness. But I'm just saying, like, what are like the best places? Like, what are the do's and don'ts?
Well, this is the thing. You can literally approach a chick anywhere. The thing is, though, is that depending on where you're approaching a girl and also the specific situation, it's better to approach in a certain way in certain situations versus other situations. And this is actually what I'm going to be talking about too in the seminar, but I'll give you like a brief synopsis or whatever. So let's say if you're talking to a chick, like in public, like on the street, you understand, at a bus stop, at a train station, like anywhere where it's sort of like in passing, like it's not necessarily a club or a bar or whatever, right? It's basically best just to go direct in those situations because it's in passing. It's a short period of time. You're approaching some chick who is, in a lot of cases, they're not ready for it. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's a surprise sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, this guy's trying to talk to me or whatever. So, right. So you want to make it sort of short and sweet. You want to make it really quick, really easy, really simple. You understand what I'm saying? So that the person knows, so the chick knows what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? So basically, in those situations, if you're in the street or whatever, and you approach a girl, you'd be like, "Hey, miss, how you doing? Real quick, I thought you were really attractive. I had to stop you. My name is, Locario, whatever. What's your name? Oh, Stacy, nice to meet you. Listen, I'm about to bounce, but here's my card. Here's my number. Give me your number. I definitely want to, go out with you and get a drink or whatever." So all you're doing is putting her in a position to either accept it or reject it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's literally it'll take you a minute. You understand what I'm saying, to do that? And so now all you got to do is just, continue to do that with other women. You understand? Because you're going to run into women who are going to be feeling you. You're going to run into women who aren't going to be feeling you. It's any of those two categories. You understand what I'm saying? And within those categories is going to be all this other shit that's going on where a chick could be feeling you because of the way that you're dressed, the way that you look, the way that you smell, the stuff that you're saying to her, all this other shit, right? A girl could not be feeling you because you're not her type, she's in a bad mood, whatever it is. You understand? But either way, all you need to do is go out there and put it in. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you're in a bar or a club or whatever, in these situations, girls already know that you're trying to, it's built for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So in that situation, you can do whatever. Go direct, go indirect, have a longer conversation if you want, keep it short, whatever it is. All it really is about you putting yourself in the situation and seeing how she's responding to it. That's it. And her response is very important. That's the thing that guys don't understand. You have to look at her response. Her response will tell you basically 90% of what you need to know. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to tell you it. Because if she's responding to you super positively, meaning like she's smiling, she's, playing with her hair, she's, actually engaging in that conversation, you see that she's feeling it. So it's like, okay, she's feeling it. I'm gonna get a number. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to make something happen. If you talk to a girl and you see that she's nervous, right? Doesn't necessarily mean she's not into you, but she's just nervous. You feel what I'm saying? So the responses are gonna let you know. But again, it's important for you to be able to continuously approach women and talk to them, because then that's going to give you the indicator of what she's, interested in, or if she's not interested in it. And also it's going to tell you certain things you probably didn't realize before. So like, you'll be able to recognize if a girl is nervous versus recognize if a girl's not interested. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like two different type of things, because you might interpret the nervousness as her not being interested. You feel what I mean? So that's what it is, man.
I want to make it quick.
Right.
So there's two different types of, like, for me, I know there's girls that I just want to have sex with, whatever.
Right.
Consider that. And then there's girls that, you could see, because I know as a man, you're not supposed to pursue the relationship. That's the girl's,
right.
job. But you could see, like, hey, this could be more.
Right.
How do you, like, because, like, I know, because I know you're supposed to approach it differently. Like the girls you just want to have sex with, and the girls that you want to pursue a relationship with. Like, is that okay? Because I know some girls, when you just come out with the sex, they approach it the wrong way. Which I know you're supposed to just charge them.
Right.
I just want to know from you, like, is that can you? Because to me, it's almost like you're being a chameleon. You're kind of switching it up depending on the girl, like. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're saying is there a different way to come at a chick if you just want to smash?
No, I know you have to come at it a different way. Like, if you just want to have sex, or if you want to, like, date the girl. Like, I know it's different.
Right.
But all I'm asking is that okay? Like, is it okay to, like, switch it up and be chameleon kind of like?
No. Well, see, this is the thing, though. This is the thing. You don't necessarily have to come at her, like, when you come at a chick, just in general, right? It's basically you coming at her, it's like if you, like, let's say if you see a chick, let's break it down so we can really make it clear. If you see a chick, right, and you are attracted to her, and let's say you have a conversation with her, and you say, okay, this chick, she's cute, I want to smash, but I could also see, like, she could be wifey material. Like, she seemed like wifey type or whatever, right? So, right. So the thing is that you can still smash and treat her like any other girl you would just want to smash, and it can still turn into a wifey situation, just based off the fact that you're sort of just being low key with it and you're doing what you want to do. So it's not necessarily where you say, oh, this girl looks like wifey material, so let me not try to smash, or let me do this, or let me try to wine her and dine her and all this other craziness. Nah, you treat her like any other girl that's in the situation with you. And then what happens is that if she's feeling you based off of the fact of you guys hanging out and hooking up and having fun, then eventually she's going to choose you in the way where she wants to be your girl. You feel what I'm saying? But trying to treat her differently to get her to be your girl usually is the thing that's going to make her not want to be your girl, because you're sort of like coming off kind of like, you're trying hard for her to like you. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of just being relaxed and chill and doing what you was going to do anyway with her like she's any other chick. And that's the thing that's going to make her fucking, want to get with you. You feel what I'm saying? because that's the thing that makes someone to get with you is that authenticity of how you're coming at her just generally as you would any other woman. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, but listen, like this is gonna sound weird.
Right.
This may sound weird to you, but like with me, I know that a girl that I just want to like fuck and just whatever,
right?
Friends with benefits, fuck buddy, or just one night stand.
Mm.
Like I see those girls as just like I don't know. I could just I'm just like I just do the freak shit and nasty shit and just get it out of the way. But like to me, like with a girl that I actually see is like more than just someone you fuck. Like to me, like I don't know, because you know how you say like there's some women that will sleep on the first date, or yeah, like that. Like with me, I don't know. Like if I'm feeling a girl, because it's almost like I feel it different. Like the girl I just want to fuck, I feel for her best than I feel for like the girl that I want more.
So you said the girl you want to fuck, you feel what?
I said I feel like how do I put this? Like I would feel, what do you call it? Like I feel more inclined not to just jump straight to sex with a girl that I want, to date more than like with a girl you just want to fuck. A girl you just want to fuck, you just fuck, and just leave.
Right.
Like a girl that you want to like have something long term with. Like I don't know. I think it takes because how women like, oh, I want to wait. If they see a guy's boyfriend material,
right?
I guess you could say I see it that way too.
Right.
It's not,
Well, that's the thing. If that's how you authentically feel with it, right? Yeah. Then that's what you should go with. What I'm trying to tell you is that you shouldn't necessarily consciously be saying I'm gonna treat her differently because of I see her as wifey material. Is more so the feeling of how you're treating her arises within you in a certain way that you're doing it in an authentic way. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, if you saw a girl who you thought was wifey or could be wifey, but you want to smash, right? And then you say, nah, I'm not going to smash because, she seems like wifey material and I want to wait and she probably wants to wait and all this other stuff. That's when it's going to fuck up because now you're not being authentic in the situation. You understand what I'm saying? You're putting on something in order to, get something else. Instead of being authentic and saying, yo, this chick is bad, I want to smash her. Even though she seems like wife material, I'm sexually attracted to her. She wants to have sex with me. So you do it because you actually want to do it. And you're not necessarily backing away because you think you're supposed to. So this is what I'm saying. Like the energy that you're putting out there is very important and your intentions are very important. And so what happens is that girl who you thought could be wifey, if you're on purpose trying to not fuck her because you think you're not supposed to, or you're supposed to wait because she's not like any other girl.
I don't think you're not supposed to. I wouldn't take that far. I definitely do want to. I just feel like, like I just said, me personally, I just like the girls that that you like a lot. Well, obviously the ones that you're more attracted to and you feel like you can go somewhere.
Right.
I just feel like the sex, is just a part of it. Like I said, the girls you just have sex with, you just have sex with them and that's it.
Right.
So, like with the girls that you want something more with, you feel like, okay, there's sex, but then there's something after. And I just
but see the thing is the girls that you want something more with, you can still have sex with them. You feel what I'm saying? And have something more later. You feel what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. What I don't want you to do is that I don't want you to put. See, and this is like the last caller we had earlier, where he basically met a chick, and he said they was talking for like 8 hours. Some random chick he met, and now he's calling. He's like, oh, I'm gonna call her, and I hope she doesn't flake and blah blah blah. Is because he's putting the situation and the girl on a pedestal. So what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to put the girl that you think is wifey on a pedestal, because what happens is that sometimes that's the thing that makes the fucking situation fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? Because now, instead of being authentic, once you put that situation on a pedestal, you're not really being you. You feel what I'm saying? You're being who you think you need to be in order to get her. And this is why you were saying, oh, should I be like a chameleon? You understand what I'm saying? Because now you're thinking I got to change up and switch up in order to make this situation work. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you authentically feel a certain way, like let's say you was with the chick, right? Let's say you with the chick you think is wifey, right? And let's say you was like, oh man, like she's mad cute. I want to like have sex with her. And that's how you really feel right now. So let's say you tried to have sex with her, and let's say she was like, oh, I really like you, but I want to wait. And then you could be like, all right, cool, yeah, we could definitely wait because you like her enough to, you say, I'll wait for her. I don't give a fuck. Like, I actually want to keep seeing her. So everything that's happening is literally in, you're moving in authenticity. You feel what I'm saying? Because you authentically wanted to have sex with her. She said, nah, not right now. That's how she was feeling. And you authentically still wanted to see her, even though she said nah. So everything is working in the way it should work. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's real, if it's honest, go with it. But don't feel like you need to switch up to put on a show in order to get the girl. That's all I'm saying. You feel what I mean? That's all you got to worry about. That is it. All right, man. Definitely, man. All right, I'm going to holler at you.
All
right, peace.
Keep us posted on the thing.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
The seminar, when you're going to make that purchase. Because I definitely want to see that.
Definitely, man. All right, I'm going to holler at you.
All right,
peace. All right, what's popping off in the chat room, people? What's popping off in the chat room? Crazy. But yeah, man. You know, a lot of you know, situations in the dating game. Paul Sambula, what's up? You know, a lot of situations in the dating game that you get yourself into, it's, you know, it'll be real simple to benefit and get what you want if you sort of immerse yourself in a situation and understand the signs that are, you know, the signals the girls are giving you. If you're just being authentic, all these different things will make it easier for you. Crazy guitar guy, you said, does race matter? What do you mean? In you know, we're getting chicks? Sheldon Smith, what's going on? What's popping? Race only matters if you make the shit matter. Because if you're saying, well, you know, if you're a black guy, white guy, Asian guy, whatever it is, and you're like, well, can I get a girl who is white, black, or whatever, or outside my race, you can get those chicks. Because this is what you got to understand about race and all the other stuff is that the girl you're dealing with is a woman first before she's white, black, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're a man first and you're, you know, black, white, Asian, whatever, second. You feel what I mean? Because race is a social construct anyway. Right? So if you're a man and she's a woman and she's attracted to men and you're attracted to women, all you need to do is step up and see what's popping. 2017 business, what's going on? What's going on with you? Dude, what 212? You said how to cultivate a good sense of humor in real life as we doing these online chats. Well, with the online chats, y'all are more relaxed, man. You understand? You just gotta put that out in regular life, man. But yeah, crazy guitar guy, man. You know, it's you know, the race thing is not really anything that you need to worry about, because of course, you know, you're gonna have women who might not be into you. They'll be like, oh well, I'm not into this guy because he's white, because he's black, whatever it is, and it is what it is. But the thing is that you're gonna have women who don't give a fuck about that, or you're also gonna have women who are going to fuck with you just because you're black, white, Asian, whatever it is. You understand? Oh, Johnny, you say you feel like Spanish women don't be liking niggas, especially at the Latin club? Nah, they trust me. There's a lot of Spanish chicks that want to get the D, son. PR, you said, why do you get rejected by chicks in the club? There's a lot of reasons probably why you get rejected by chicks in the club. What do you do? How do you talk to them? What's going on with you? Call in 646-481-3901. Call in. Benjamin G, you said, how do you get your head straight to not think the girl you're approaching has maybe 10 other guys she's seeing or that she's worth your time? Well, first of all, you shouldn't worry about other guys women are seeing, because most of the women you're seeing are seeing other guys. You understand what I'm saying? Most of the girls you're dating are seeing other dudes. That's just how it goes. And you're saying you're seeing if she's worth your time. Well, the way to see she's worth your time is you got to talk to her. And you got to see, if she is the type of chick you want to deal with based off of whatever you value or whatever you want. Casey McLaurie said, what keeps you motivated if and when you get rejected left and right? Well, the thing that keeps you motivated is the rejections you don't get. I mean, the situations where you don't get rejected. Meaning you focus on the chicks that do mess with you, the chicks that do give you sex and go on dates with you. You focus on those women. Even if at the point where you're talking to women you're getting rejected, let's say if you aren't talking to any women right now really, and you're going out there and you're getting rejected or whatever, you think back to the women who didn't reject you. So you know that you can get other women. You know that you can get women. It's just right now, it's not flowing in that direction specifically at this moment. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing is that if you've ever at any point in time had a girl deal with you, then you know that you can get women. And then so you use that energy in order to get other chicks to deal with you. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, this is Quan from Indiana, man. How you doing?
I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. Just had a call in. I had a little scenario, man. I wanted to get your input on.
All right, cool. What's up?
So, man, this is a little weekend spot I go to every weekend. So, it's a few of the girls that work there. It's about maybe 7 of them, but about, I would say, 4 or 5 of them are bad.
Right.
So, it's one in particular that I'm really feeling, but the other ones I'm kind of like, yeah, I smash. It's about 3 of the other ones I'm trying to smash.
Right.
But one of them I really like. So, how do you think I could go about that? Should I just focus on the one I really like, or should I just try to go in for all of them and, try to get in where I fit in?
And where do you know these chicks at from?
It's this little weekend spot. They work at this little, because I go to comedy shows a lot. So,
right.
It's this little spot I go to on Sundays, and it's a girl that work at this. It's like a karaoke lounge,
right?
Restaurant.
And do all the girls know each other?
I think so. They all are cool. I don't know their history with each other, but
Right. Well, what I would do is I would holler at the chick the one that you want the most first. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Then if it doesn't work out with her, then you holler at the other chicks. You know what I'm saying? You just go down the line of the other women who are there that, the girl in second place, you holler at her next if the first place don't work. You feel what I'm saying? And also what you do is that you keep it casual with, the first girl you're trying to talk to. So, if you holler at her like, yeah, let's get together, let's hang out, and you keep it casual to where, you maybe get a drink or whatever, you're not laying it on too thick, like, oh, let's try to make something happen, girl, this and this and that. If you just keep it casual and keep it cool, then you mess with her. And if it works out with her, then what happens is that, if it works out with her, you just keep fucking with her. You understand what I'm saying? If it doesn't work out with her, you move on to the next girl and then you hit her up. Because the thing is, since you kept it casual and chill with the first girl and it didn't really work out, then you can go to the other, chick and make it happen. You feel what I'm saying?
No doubt. And it's this thing, too, where, they were at work, so I try to be low-key, but it's kind of like I'm a little nervous to go about it because of their work,
Right.
I go to this spot all the time. This is my spot, so.
Right. And what I would do is I would say, if you see the chick, try to make sure, like, is there a way where you can speak to her literally for like 60 seconds to where she's sort of by herself or, alone at a certain moment? Because if you could do that, you just need to slip her your card or something and say, hey, yo, here's my number. give me a call this weekend. Let's set something up. Let's hang out. You understand what I'm saying? And then just keep that shit like super just quick like that, and then just keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying? And and that's what you really got to do. So yeah, try it out first with that girl, the first girl, and then if it doesn't really work out with that, if she's not really biting, then you go on to the next girl. You feel what I'm saying? And then just just keep it going.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate it. Like always, man. Keep it up. Keep the Bad Boy membership going, man.
Definitely.
I'm loving every minute of it.
Definitely, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Take care.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. So what you guys talking about up in here? You were saying don't ask if she's single either. He's like, you get hit on by females in relationships all the time. Yeah, you got to be careful with those chicks in them relationships and shit, man. But yeah, man, if any of you guys are in New York City, make sure that you come out to the Bad Boy seminar tomorrow. Okay? Miles Cunningham is going to be in the spot. We're going to have Amina Zena in the spot. The seminar is going to be from 6 to 9. So that's going to be the joint for 6 to 9. And then we're going to get it popping in there. But yeah, it's gonna be tight. We're gonna have some fun up in this spot. But yeah, man. So Miles is coming through. He's actually he's on his way to New York right now. He's on a plane. He's getting because he lives in Florida, so he's coming through. That shit gonna be off the fucking hook. But yeah, man. If you guys are, hold on. What'd you say? You said how to pull chicks from the club. Moosh was popping. So if you want to pull girls from the club, right? You gotta basically. Michael Scofield, you said, can you call even if you're not in the U.S.? Yeah, you could call. Just call the number up. It's a Skype number. I have a program on the Bad Boy membership called "How to Get Girls from the Club Back to Your Place." Let me see if I can pull that up. Hold on. But yeah, I have this membership audio called "How to Get Girls from the Club Back to Your Place," and I give you detailed, step-by-step advice on how to make that happen. You feel what I'm saying? So you can definitely check that out. But I'll just give you, a brief thing. Hold on, let me log into this. Oh boy. Hold on, let me see something. All right. But yeah, if you go to Bad Boy membership, then you're going to be able to see. Let me show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see this. So this is the Bad Boy membership page, right? And right there, hold on, where is it? Right here. This right here is how to get girls from the club back to your place. So when you listen to that program, it's going to tell you everything you need to know about that shit. So if you guys see this is the Bad Boy membership page right here. I'm fucking this shit up. So when you scroll up, these are all the programs on the Bad Boy membership right now. So when you join the membership, you get all these programs, all of that. Jesus Christ, all those programs. All these programs. It keeps going. More programs, more fire. All of that shit, more fire, okay? And so now, that's all the fucking, the stuff on the Bad Boy membership. It's like damn near 40 joints on there now. And then the Bad Boy seminar is going to be on the Bad Boy membership page when you join the membership. But yeah, if you go to the club, you got to put in some work. Alright, dude, what? 212. I'm gonna holler at you later. But yeah, if you go to the club, and the thing is, I don't really like the club that much, to tell you the truth. But you can pull chicks and get laid and all that other shit. But I personally don't fucking like the club. It would be too damn loud. It's fucking crowded as shit. I usually like to holler at chicks at like the low key bars, lounges, networking events, shit like that. But you can get chicks in a club though. So, you know, definitely go to badboymembership.com so you can listen to that whole entire audio program so you can learn how to make that shit happen. Benjamin G said, what's my take on Tinder? Do I think it makes more sense to approach and get what you want than wait on Tinder? Do you mess with Tinder? Yeah, I fuck with Tinder. I fuck with Tinder. You can get a lot of chicks on Tinder. But you should also supplement that with, you should be talking to girls outside. You feel what I'm saying? But also supplement that with the Tinder. Moose, you said you used to be a member but your password stopped working. Did you cancel your membership? If you cancel your membership, the passwords probably stopped working. Because I gave out new passwords. You understand? Fabulous 20, you said, can I talk about some of the lies women seem to respond to? Oh, let me take this call real quick. What's going on? Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Locario? This is Shaka from CP.
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man.
What's popping with you?
Just chilling. Yeah, I put some of that advice to use.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about like the nervous energy, like basically where I'm at right now. That's like gone.
Right.
But it's like a new thing is going on right now. It's like when I approach females, it's like I don't have like that nervous energy, but it seems like really intense. It's like picture like when I picture like talking to a girl, she'd be like smooth. It should be like real like low energy, but it's like real super intense. Like I'm talking to the girl, like she's like stuttering, like. I was like, oh, what's your name? And like these chicks can't like remember their names, but it's just like the way they're staring at me is just like
right.
They're like super engaged.
Right. That means that means that she's probably she's nervous and she's attracted to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So that happens a lot. You understand? So that nervous energy, it's something that she'll be doing because she's nervous. But see, that's a good thing, because then at that point, what it is that you need to be able to sway the conversation in a certain way to, get her out of that nervous energy, to calm her down in the way that you come across. You feel what I'm saying? Because then once she sees that, like you're feeling her and she don't really need to be that nervous, she's going to calm down. She's going to start flirting more and everything will sort of flow in a certain way. You feel what I'm saying? The thing is, you need to not get nervous by her nervousness, and that's where a lot of guys fuck up. That's what happens. It shit happens all the time and then that messes everything up, because then her nervousness turns into rejection, because if you're acting nervous while she's being nervous, then she wants to get out of the situation immediately. You got to understand something. However, how a woman feels will dictate her actions. So now if she's feeling awkward, what she's going to do is try to remove herself from that situation, which is why it's important for the guy to know how to create the situation, you understand, to make her, to have her in that situation where she's sort of like, feeling good about what's going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's
right now it's just like, they're just like deers in headlights. Like, what the fuck? I'm like,
right.
I'm like, it's like, what the fuck is going on? So I see you're saying, like, I have to do, like...
Right. So
like, I have to flip it. Okay, I have to, like, flip the switch in her head. Okay.
Right. Is that... And a lot of it... No, and I was going to say, a lot of it's just basically you, asking her questions. You understand what I'm saying? To get her to talk. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that thing will open her up a little more. And then you tell her about certain things, and then she tells you certain things, and then now you're in a conversation. You feel what I mean? And so that's the thing, is just more so sort of, when you notice that nervous energy or her being nervous, you understand, you just get her in a situation where, you orchestrate the situation to where she, feels a little comfortable. Like I remember even one time where I was talking to this girl and I noticed that she was really nervous or whatever. And I was like, hey, I see that you're nervous. I understand because, girls usually get nervous when they talk to me because I'm like super sexy and, girls have never met a guy as sexy as me. I understand. It's okay though. Like, it's cool. And she starts laughing about it and shit. And then we start getting into more of a conversation. So it's more so about like, you being able to, just bring that situation to that point where she's not, making the nervousness overtake her to where she sort of like fucks up the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Right. So you can, talk about it, bring it up, sway the conversation in another direction. But basically, it's just your whole vibe is letting her know, like, oh, this is cool. You understand what I'm saying? And that you're a cool guy. She's cool. Everything is cool. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is.
And I had one last question.
Right.
It seems like right now I'm doing like a lot better job like taking like women off the pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
But like one of your previous videos, I think it was like the 7 things that you're never gonna be successful.
Mm.
It's like still like my interactions with women still like affect my day. I would say like I put in some serious work. I got some numbers. I went on a couple of dates. I feel really good.
Mm.
But would say like some of the dates didn't go well. It would like really like fuck up my day.
Mm.
Like I like like how do I like stop stressing over that stuff or like having like my having that stuff affecting me? I'm not sure I explained that correctly.
Right. Well, the thing is, you gotta real talk. You have to have other shit going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like things that are that you're extremely passionate about. That gives you that energy. Like for example, the other day, Miles called me and he was telling me about some photo gig that he was doing for some company. You understand what I'm saying? And we talked about that for like an hour. You feel what I mean? And he was just excited about that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like no matter what was going on with him with some chick, that didn't even cross his mind or whatever. And all we was talking about was specifically that job he's about to do and the things he was going to do because he loves taking photography, he does video photography, all the other stuff. And that's something he's passionate about. So a lot of times if you're already busy and you're doing your thing and you're doing the things that you love and you're doing the things that make you happy, you understand the women are basically just the icing on the cake. That's what I always tell guys is that it's something that is good on the side of all the other things that you're doing. It shouldn't be the main thing because when you make women the main thing, then that's when you start stressing out and you're doing all the other shit. Women actually generally make men the main thing. You understand what I'm saying? That's more like a feminine type of trait to be worried about the relationship and do all the other stuff. That's what women do. You feel what I'm saying? Because their lives generally will, and me and my wife argue about this all the time, but I say that generally a woman, her life in a lot of cases will revolve around that relationship, not only that she's having with the man she's with, but also the relationships he has with others because of like on a subconscious level, it's like survival. Like they want that community there. So that community includes the husband or the boyfriend or the, her friends and family and all the other stuff. So she's always concerned about that. You as a man in general, you're concerned about your purpose as far as you doing what you need to do in your life, that passion you have, which in turn basically helps other people along the way. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times you got to figure out what is it that you're passionate about, what you want to do, the things that you love to do, and you stay busy with that. So then the thing is, it becomes, it goes from you supposed to meet some chick and say, damn, well, that sucks. She flaked on me. And, I was looking forward to this because, I cleared my whole day and all this other crap to, oh, I'm supposed to meet this girl, but I got like 10 things to do. But you know what? I'm going to go meet her and make something happen. So then if she does flake, it doesn't matter because you got 10 other things you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got to cultivate that sort of in your situation when you're dealing with women. You understand what I'm saying? So that has to come across when you're interacting with the women. So, and it takes time to basically orchestrate your life to be in that zone, because a lot of times you don't really think about or deal with those situations a lot of times, in your life, if you're not really focused too much on that. If you're focused 100% on like just the women, then it's going to frustrate you when this girl doesn't show up or she flakes and all that other craziness. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it is, man.
Thank you, Mr. Locario.
Definitely, man. I'm gonna let you.
Yeah, peace.
All right. Peace. Yeah, man. You guys gotta, gotta have other shit going on. You gotta have other things, and that's the funny part. The more that you having those other things, a lot of times are the things that make you more attractive to women. You understand what I'm saying? Felipe, you say, how do you deal with female cock blockers when you're without a wingman? So that's a good question. So the thing is, right? If you're talking to a girl and she's with a group of her friends, again, this is why you have to be skillful enough to be able to interact with the whole group. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be skillful enough to interact with the whole group so that the whole group likes you, so that a lot of times the cock blocker's defense is down. Like, she won't even technically cock block you in a lot of cases if she's like, she sees that you're a cool guy and everybody's cool with you and all this other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you approach a group of chicks, there a lot of times it's weird because they'll sort of try to get rid of you or to dismiss you or whatever, because they feel like, oh, let's like get rid of this guy so he doesn't bother my friend or whatever and all this other goofy shit. So a lot of them don't know that one of the friends are probably into you, but they'll basically look at the negative first. They'll just assume that, oh, well, I'm not into him, and I assume these other girls aren't into him. So let me just try to cock block to save my friend from having to deal with this guy. You understand? But if you're very skillful with interacting with women and talking to women, you'll know how to interact with the whole group, talk to the whole group, see who's who, what's what, and then be able to, pull the girl away from her friends for a little bit and then, keep him talking and keep him moving. You say you hate them fat chick cock blockers who's just mad because they get no play. Yeah, that happens, man. That happens a lot, man. You're going to have some of those out there like that. Oh, Johnny, you said, are you limiting yourself if you go for chicks who are by themselves or only with one chick? What do you mean? What do you mean as far as limiting yourself? Fab Leaks was 20. You said, do you have to print the ticket for the seminar? No, you don't got to print it. Just come through. Just come through. Come through. Don't worry about all that other shit. All right, Moosh, if you need to email me, make sure you email me at askmrlocario@gmail. I'll put the email there. askmrlocario@gmail.com. And then I'll hook that up for you so we can make that happen. But yeah, man. Yeah, so guys, I want you all to be in the place tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be off the hook. That shit going to be tight, bruh. Messi Tobia, you said you missed it. You missed the how to upgrade a woman's mind. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, man. You're gonna have to check the playback. Gonna have to check the playback. But basically overall what it was saying is that, you upgrade a woman's mind through giving her game from your perspective. You understand? You're gifting her with knowledge that she probably wouldn't have known before. So Casey McLaurie said, "What's your best program on the membership?" I don't know what the best one is. I like them all, but I have favorites and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like some of my favorite ones, we was talking about that earlier, is How to Get a Girl from the Club Back to Your Place. I like that one a lot. The Art of Flirting is probably one of my top 5 on there. So if you're in the Bad Boy membership, make sure you listen to that. I have another one called How to Build a Team of Women. I like that one. There's a lot of good shit on there. There's so much content on the Bad Boy membership. If you were to join today, you would literally have to stay up for like at least 2 days to listen to everything. Like, you would have to stay up and listen to it nonstop for 2 days without a break to hear all the stuff on there right now. Jay James, you said, is there anything different that you would do with a chick that you couldn't see yourself being in a relationship with? From a chick you just want to hook up with? As far as texting, calling, dates? We was kind of talking about that earlier, Jay. We was talking about, because we had someone call up, and we were talking about, it's not necessarily that you got to do anything differently with a chick you want to hook up with to a girl you want to be in a relationship with at first. You understand? Like, when you're first fucking with a girl, it's all about getting together and hanging out, having fun, and hooking up. And then, there's going to be a girl or girls that you're doing that with who at some point is going to want to be with you in a serious relationship. But a lot of times you don't get to that serious relationship if you're not just hanging out and hooking up and doing all that other stuff. Because the girl has to choose you. She has to choose to want to be in that relationship with you. And a lot of times you get chosen when she's feeling those feelings with you. And the way she feels those feelings with you is by hooking up and having fun and chilling and going on dates and just keeping it cool. You understand what I'm saying? Benjamin G, you say you've been trying to develop your game and it's the only place it seems that it makes sense. With the advice that makes sense. That's funny. I appreciate that. But yeah, there's a lot of people out there that make sense. What's funny is, like, if you look at certain other coaches or people that talk about game and all this other stuff, you'll start to see similar things that we're saying. You know what I mean? S Chrome 100, what's your question? Call up, man. You guys can call up. I didn't even see your question. Call up 646-481-3901. But yeah, man, you just gotta really put yourself out there. And the chicks who want to deal with you on some relationship shit, it's going to happen. Benjamin G, you said you've heard it's best not to make contact or have first dates from Friday through Sunday. No, what are you talking about? You can have first dates whenever. You see what I'm saying? There's no specific thing. Like, all I usually say is that it's better to, like, if you're trying to deal with a chick, like, let's say if you're trying to have sex on the first date, it's better to go on dates at night and usually during the weekend, because if it's at night, it lends itself to more of a, like, intimate situation. And if it's on the weekend, a lot of times most people aren't working on the weekend. So it's easier to be able to go back to the place and do what you got to do. Because, in a lot of cases, if it's like Friday night, Saturday night, most people don't, have work in the morning. Some people do, depending on who they are. But, it's a lot of people that don't. S Chrome 100, you say you're talking to this chick right now, but what can you text her to get her interested in dating? All you do is set up a date. Say, hey, are you free this weekend to get some coffee? Are you free this weekend to get a drink? That's all you got to say. You're like, hey, Susie, what's going on? Are you free this weekend? Let's get together and get a drink. Benjamin G, you said they were saying to He said they say it's good to not make contact on first dates from Friday through Sunday to appear busy to the chick. Nah, see, this is what you got to do. It's really simple. I've talked about this before. You meet a chick, right? Let's say you meet a chick tonight, right? Tonight's what? Today's Friday, right? You meet a chick tonight. You get her number. You text her on Saturday during the afternoon or whatever. You say, hey, what's up? It was good meeting you last night. When are you free? We should get together and get a drink, right? She can say, oh, I'm free tonight, or I'm free Sunday, or I'm free Monday, whatever, right? So let's say she says she's free Monday night, and you're free Monday night. You say, okay, cool. Let's meet up at Monday at here, and then you meet her. You go on the date. You go on that date Monday, right? You have a good time on the date, and then you hit her up later that week, maybe Thursday, Friday, and say, hey, what's up? Had a good time. When are you free again? Let's get together. And then she says, oh, I'm free this date, and you go on another date. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. You don't have to necessarily appear like you're busy. You should actually be busy. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is that when you first, interact with the chick, you want to keep the momentum up by setting up a date as soon as possible. Then once you go on the date, right, you basically fall back a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? And then you text her again to set up another date. It's really simple. Female pimp, what are you talking about? Female pimp, you need to call up. A lot of y'all don't be wanting to call him. Y'all be all scared and shit. You got to call up because y'all be saying a whole bunch of stuff in the chat room, but you don't call up. So, But yeah, that's all you got to do with the dates. It's not that hard or difficult to set up a date with a chick. Because the thing is, if a chick wants to go with you on the date or see you, she's going to make it happen. She's going to say yes. She's waiting for you to set the date up. See, a lot of guys be lollygagging and pussyfooting around when it comes to trying to set up a date because they're scared the girl's going to reject them or ignore the text or say no, whatever it is. But you got to put it out there because a girl who wants to do it will say yes and she will meet you. You understand? It's so simple. And then the girls who don't want to do it, they're not going to do it. But you got to put yourself out there in order to find the girls who are going to do it. It's really that simple. Ah, man. But yeah, if any of you guys have not gotten tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar, make sure you click the link below or go to MrLocario.com. The seminar is tomorrow at 6 o'clock in Times Square. It's going to be off the chain. Oh, Johnny said, are you limiting yourself if you go to a spot and just only scope out the place looking for chicks who came there solo rather than going for chicks who are in groups? Oh, okay, that's what you meant. All right. Yeah, if you go to a spot, you should be checking for all the chicks. If they're in groups, if they're solo, whatever it is. Because just because a girl is in a group of women, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't get at her. You can get at her, you can get her number. In certain cases, you can take her home depending on the situation and how, the situation flows in that moment. You understand? Check out the girls who are solo because, it'll probably be easier to take them home or to do something with them in that moment. But you need to check out and talk to all of them. This is always a numbers game. Henchman, what's going on? What's popping with you? But yeah, man. Sticky, you say, are you free this weekend to get some dick? Yeah, send her that shit. You know what I'm saying? Valiant Gent, you said you texted a girl and she hasn't responded in 2.5 hours. It doesn't indicate that she's read it. Is this a sign of low interest? Should you charge her? Nah, it's only been 2 hours. Like, you gotta relax, bro. You gotta relax. You understand? Like, give that shit a day. Give it 24 hours. Now, if a girl responds to you quickly, then that's cool because, you know, it's showing high interest. But you said, it doesn't indicate she's read it or whatever, so she probably didn't read it. You understand what I'm saying? She's probably at the movies. There's so much other different things that's going on, so don't worry about that shit. Now, if a day passes, and then 2 days pass and you still haven't heard from her, then that's showing low interest. You understand? But also what you got to understand is that sometimes when you're dealing with girls, right? A chick, and this is what I was saying earlier about, worrying about if chicks is fucking with other dudes, is that she's fucking with other dudes. So a lot of times, a chick, she sees your text or, she doesn't respond to it or whatever because she's in the middle of dealing with other penises. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why, I tell you guys, don't worry about that shit and always always keep shit moving if a chick is not being responsive to you. So that means that you hit her up, right? And, she should respond to you within that day, right? If you're saying she didn't respond to you for 2.5 hours, don't worry too much about it because it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? But if you hit up a chick and it's been a few days and she still hasn't responded, then you charge it to the game. You feel what I'm saying? Or let's say you hit her up and try to set up a date and she didn't respond. Or she responds and says, oh, I can't make it this day. Can we do another day or whatever? And yada, yada, yada. You keep that going or whatever. But let's say you set up another time and she doesn't respond, and then you wait a few days and you hit her up again and she still doesn't respond, then you're like, all right, you're done. We're done. Thanks for playing. We're done. So, but yeah, chicks be always up on their phone and all that anyway. So, a lot of times, you'll still have a chick who she won't respond to you because she doesn't have interest like that. Her interest is low. Oh, my dude Miles just texted me, said he just landed. Let me let him know I'm doing the show. I'm still recording. Crazy live stream. All right. Fably just wanted to say, can you set up a date with a chick if you run into her 2 days later in person after getting her number? Yeah, if you ran into her, be like, yo, what's up? What you doing this weekend? It don't make a difference. Casey McLaurie, you said you asked the chick into a relationship too early, and she said it's too soon. He's like, can you recover, or should you keep it pushing? So she still texts you and cooperates. Yeah, you can still keep it going. But this is what I talked about this the other day in my video. I say, yo, one of the mistakes I made was fucking, telling the chick like, yo, I want to be your man and all this other shit back in the day. And she wasn't ready because the girl has to choose you. She has to want that situation, and she will let you know. And then if at that point you want to fuck with her like that, then you fuck with her like that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Henchman, you said you need help after getting the number. So you could get a bunch of numbers, but forgetting. You said everyone what? You said everybody be playing games? Is that what you're saying? Female Pimpy said a chick will be busy. That's why she ain't get back to you. See, and that's the thing. Like, you gotta understand something. Like, most chicks are not busy. Most of them are not busy. So when chicks be like, "Oh, I was so busy," bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Actually, she was busy trying to manage all the dick. That's what she was busy doing. That's it. When a chick be like, "Oh, I was busy," yeah, you was busy managing the dick. That's what's going on. That's what it is. You say you could be busy doing nothing, and you ain't busy. AJ Hussein, what's going on? Felipe Francisco, you said, is it cool to keep a virgin on the sidelines until she's ready to have sex? Yeah, if you want, why the fuck not? You understand what I'm saying? Just, don't make her the main chick. You fuck around with other girls and you do what you got to do. And then if she comes around and she wants to make it happen, then fuck it. You understand what I'm saying? You could teach her something. I mean, I personally am not that excited to do a chick who's a virgin. You understand? I don't feel like having to, go through that shit. But yeah, you just gotta, see what it is with her. But man, I'm trying to think. I think the only virgin I had sex with that I can remember actually was the first girl I had sex with. Like, I was, she was a virgin. I never had sex before. And then so we made it happen. After that, I can't remember actually fucking a chick who was a virgin. Casey McGlory said it's hard to get out of a slump when you're back down to zero. Well, I mean, it's all about the mindset, man. It's all about the mindset. The mindset. When you are continuously like thinking about the slump, then it's hard to get out of it because you're continuously thinking about the slump. You're focused on the dry spell you're in. You feel what I'm saying? And so when you start focusing on like what you can do to get out of it, or the things that are happening to get out of it, then things start moving in the direction you want it to move. It's crazy. Y'all are crazy in the chat room. I don't know what's going on with y'all. But yeah, oh yeah, and for those who were asking me about the hard copies of How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, we still got some hard copies left. I'm gonna have to order some more soon. But if you want a hard copy, you can click the link below. You can get the hard copy of How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day. That shit is fire. It's crazy. It's funny though. I was looking at some of my comments on some of the videos, and the shit it's funny. Like, you got dudes out there who they're so like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they don't really understand the game. That's how I could put it. They don't understand the game. So I got a lot of guys out there who they leaving comments on the shit and they're like, "Oh, this game stuff doesn't work. And why do I have to change myself to get girls?" And again, I've never said to change yourself. See, this is why I always can tell when a guy doesn't understand the game, because he comes with all this, "Oh, why do I gotta, change myself and do this and do that to get a girl? Why can't I just be myself and yada, yada, yada?" And I'm like, yo, ain't nobody told you to change yourself. If anything, I'm telling you not to fucking change yourself. I'm telling you to improve on what you're doing to get a certain result. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying you have to try to be a different person or to not be who you are, and to, it's crazy. And so that's the thing that, messes up a lot of guys, because they're constantly stuck in that slump. You understand what I'm saying? And they feel like in order to, make the shit happen, they gotta be on some other shit. It's gonna be crazy. Oh man, what time is it? It is 6:14. We'll go for another 15 minutes, and I gotta get some work done. You feel me? But yeah, definitely, guys, make sure you click the link below to get tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar. If you are in New York City, make sure you come through. It's gonna be off the fucking hook. The shit's gonna be tight. It's gonna be off the fucking hook. Female pimp, what's wrong with you? What's happening? Why? What's going on with you in the chat room? But yeah, just to finish off the topic, when we're talking about upgrading a chick's mind, right? You gotta be the type of guy who makes sense. You gotta make sense. That's the thing, though. See, you have to know what you're talking about. You have to understand, where you're coming from, all this other crazy shit. And the more sense you make, and that's the more the woman's going to feel you. She's going to feel what's going on. She's going to feel what you're saying. Because some of the things that you say and the things that you're explaining to her that makes sense, right, is going to make her see certain things differently. You feel what I'm saying? And like the other caller called in earlier, he was talking about, some chicks are not worth upgrading, or they're not worthy of upgrading. They're not ready to be upgraded. Because you're going to have chicks that are going to say, like, there's going to be, I guarantee you, there's going to be a chick who's going to see the title of this video. And she's going to be like, upgrading a woman's mind? What do you mean? And blah, blah, blah. And you're mansplaining. And, what about a woman upgrading a man's mind? And what about this? They're going to be on that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, female pimp, call up. 646-481-3901. Call up. Call up. And let's see what's popping. Female pimp, call up. But yeah, so definitely come through to the Bad Boy Seminar. This shit is gonna be off the hook. I don't even know if female pimp is a female. See, that's the thing with online. Like, you be talking to motherfuckers, you don't know if it's really a chick, a dude. You don't know who these people are. It's fucking crazy. Especially when they be having, like, they don't have their faces on the shit. Rafael Jakubek, you said, what do you mean by who you are? In what way are women interested in who you are, but not in what you are, aka what you do? Do they really care who you are? See, this is the thing. That's a good question. What you do is not who you are. You understand what I'm saying? What you do is not who you are. Because what you do is basically, it can change. You understand? Who you are changes a lot too. You understand what I'm saying? But there's an essence to who you are that's basically consistent, right? So women are going to care who you are because who you are is what comes out through the interactions you have with women. You understand? So it's a lot about what you're saying, your thoughts, opinions, your tone, how you interact with the woman. You understand? All that encompasses who you are. It encompasses the being who is you. You understand what I'm saying? So women, they gravitate to who you are, the vibe that you give off. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily about what you do, because what you do can change like that. What you do is basically a role that you're putting on at the end of the day. So you could be a doctor, you feel what I'm saying? That's what you do, right? You could be a plumber, that's what you do. But it can change, and that doesn't necessarily show your character. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't show the type of person you are. AJ Hussein, you said, how do we stay in a woman's mind all the time? Well, that's the thing. You don't necessarily know if you're in a woman's mind all the time. You understand? But you can. But the thing is, in order for a woman to be thinking about you and sort of like feeling you like that in that regard or whatever, it comes with you sort of, and this is what goes with the upgrading the mind thing, is that when you get into a woman's head, what happens is that, you know, she's taking in your ideology. She's taking in the game that you're giving her. You understand? So what happens is that when she's going through life and she encounters a situation that correlates to what you've sort of taught her, that's how you stay in her mind, because she remembers you through that. What's popping? Who's this?
Yo, what's up? Is it over?
Oh, nah, we still going. We still going strong. What's going on with you?
Not a whole lot.
What's popping?
Hey, Sean.
What's going on? What's good with you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just calling about, what's the topic again?
We talking about how to upgrade a woman's mind.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Now I know. Okay, so what exactly, what is like the benefit of that, when you upgrade a woman's mind? I mean, is it like to...
Well, the benefits...
Think the way you think?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. The benefits of it is... There's a lot of benefits. So one is that if you are... Let's say you're dealing with a chick, right? And let's say she says to you, like, you know, she's like, yo, you know, I want to go out here and do like A, B, and C, whatever that A, B, and C is, right? But you know that her doing A, B, and C might not necessarily be a good look, because doing that might mess up her situation, and or it's going to mess up the situation that you and her have together. You understand what I'm saying? So what it is that when you're upgrading her mind, you're giving her a different perspective, because you're not forcing her to think anyway. You're not telling her, hey, you got to do this and you got to do that. What you're doing is you're presenting her with an option to look at something or to see something a different way. You understand what I'm saying? So then when you do that, what happens is that she sees it and she understands it. And this is why I was saying that you have to make sense, you know, with whatever you're saying. Because by doing that, what it does is that, you know, it brings her in a certain mind state to get her, you know, going in a direction that can not only help her out, but also help you out. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, I'll give you a small example. Let's say you're dealing with a chick and you're attracted to her and you like her or whatever, and she likes you too, right? But she says some shit like, oh, well, you know, I can't get with you because, or let's say you're trying to like hook up with her and have sex with her or whatever, and she says, yo, well, I can't get with you like this because if I do that, you understand what I'm saying? You're gonna think I'm a hoe or whatever and all that other shit, right? So, and so like if you say to her, oh, but look, you know, I'm feeling you, you're feeling me, we both adults, right? And you know, if we like each other, we should go with how we feel. Now, the thing is that if you're being inauthentic with it, you're going to have a lot of guys who are going to lie to you and tell you a whole bunch of bullshit just to get in your pants, right? I'm letting you know that I'm feeling you. I'm being honest with you, letting you know that I'm feeling you. But I'm also letting you know, hey, I don't know what the future holds. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't really just move based off of what you think's going to happen. You understand? But you got to move on how you really feel. You understand what I'm saying? And what's best for you, or what you think is best for you in the situation. So by you telling her that, you're just giving her a different perspective. You understand? You're not even saying like what you're saying is right. You understand? You're just giving her a different perspective. You feel what I mean? So what that different perspective does is that it helps her out to make a decision, but also it helps you out to get with this chick who might have not gotten with you because of how she was thinking. You understand what I'm saying? Because you might be thinking in your mind, yo, like you cool, like I want to smash, but also I might still want to keep seeing you. Like what's good? But then you might not get to smash because of how she thinks. But if you upgrade her mind with a different perspective, then you could end up smashing her. She'll end up having sex with you, which is what she wants to do anyway. And then y'all can move on from that. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of it is really just framing things and putting things in a way to make it clearer and for her to understand your perspective, because she's never going to really know your perspective. And in a lot of times, unfortunately, what a lot of women think or their thought process based off of certain things are usually happens because of conditioning from society that doesn't really help her or you in the long run. This is why is a lot of times, even if we just talking about sex and dating and all that, this is why it's hard for a lot of guys to deal with women in a lot of cases, because a lot of women don't have their minds upgraded. They're just going off of what everybody else is saying or what TV's saying or what the media is saying and all this other shit, and they don't really have a clear idea of the reality of the situation. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, like my dude Sheldon Smith in the chat room, he said that their mind is basic, so they're on a lot of basic shit. So what happens is it helps you out, because also too, when you give her that knowledge, or when you give her any type of information like that lets her see certain things a certain way, and then she sort of takes that in. Anytime that situation arises, or she thinks about that, or anything that she's been put onto, she associates that with you. You understand what I'm saying? And then that makes her feelings and attraction for you stronger in the long run. You feel what I'm saying? Because if a girl gets with you, right, the reason why most girls don't cheat or won't cheat on a guy, because girls cheat like crazy. Don't get it twisted. Girls will cheat. But what will make a girl not cheat on you more likely is the fact of what she feels like she's going to lose based off of cheating on you. You understand what I'm saying? So this will happen even in a different sense. So like, let's say a woman is dealing with a guy who has a lot of money, like he's rich, right? Let's say the nigga's a millionaire, and he's giving her, showering her with gifts, he's paying her rent, he's doing mad shit for this chick, right? Now, this chick will say, like, imagine another dude's trying to holler. This chick might be like, well, I can't fuck with you because I got this good shit. I can't fuck this shit up I got right here. You understand what I'm saying? So she won't fuck it up because she knows what she got with that rich dude. The same thing happens for when you upgrade a chick's mind. The shit that you taught her, she knows that she's getting all this good game from you. So she's not going to fuck that up by fucking with some other dude. You understand what I'm saying? So she'll think twice about cheating on you because of all the good game that you've been giving her, all the stuff that you've been providing her as far as upgrading her mind. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing why it's important. And a third thing that's important about it too is the circulation of the situation, meaning if you leave a chick better than you found her, what happens is that, let's say it doesn't work out with you and her or whatever, shit happens, you go your separate ways and all this other stuff. The next dude who deals with her, he's dealing with an upgraded chick. So imagine you met a chick who, when you first got with her, she was cooperative, she was submissive, she knew how to deal with the guy. You understand what I'm saying? All because her ex-man upgraded her mind. So it makes it easier for you to deal with her. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's why it's a good thing just in general. You feel what I mean? Definitely. So that's what it really is. That's what it boils down to, at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. And the thing is, you'll notice that you'll upgrade a chick's mind when you start to see that she sort of understands and takes on sort of like your ideologies in a certain way. Like it's like your thought process becomes one with her, because even on a sexual level, a lot of times women take on the energy of that guy. This is why women, they get that, they end up feeling attached to this dude after sex and all this other craziness. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit that women like, get through the guy. This is why we telling dudes, like, yo, your value is incredible, and women see this. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of guys don't understand this. You feel what I mean? Because even just being a man, because look at it this way, right? If you are, if me and you was in the street like crying, right? Most people would just keep walking. You feel what I'm saying? If a girl is in the street crying, most likely somebody's going to stop and ask her what's wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now I say that to say this. The reason why I'm saying that is because, even though women have issues and problems that they go through in life, a lot of times there are certain things that are, that women experience, and it's sort of like this coddling of an experience because they are women. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times women aren't getting the raw situations that are going down. You understand? Like, you have a lot of women out here who they still believe that there's a good majority of guys who care to be their friends. You understand what I'm saying? And, and so when you try to put a woman on and says, yo, that guy right there, he don't care about being your friend. He's just trying to hit it. Some of them still won't believe you because their mind hasn't been upgraded, or they just don't want to, believe it. You understand? They don't want to face reality. So you being a man, you got to face reality every fucking day. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nobody giving you no pats on the back and no, hugs for crying and all that shit. It's always, man up, nigga, do this, do that. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with a woman, she doesn't usually have to deal with that. But then there's certain situations where a chick will get taken advantage of or played or this or that because she doesn't know those things. She doesn't know that this nigga is just trying to be nice to her to fuck her. She doesn't know that, hey, you shouldn't probably go in this part of town at this time of night because you're a chick and you'll probably get fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? She doesn't know that, hey, if she's trying to do this business deal, there's going to be a lot of guys who's going to try to take her out on a business lunch and fuck the shit out of her and has no issue with trying to even get no business deal done with her. You understand what I'm saying? There's certain things as a man that you can let her know and put her onto that she's not going to know. It's almost like you have insider information. You feel what I'm saying? That she doesn't have, right? And so by you giving her that game, what happens is that if she's a thorough chick, she's grateful for that game. Like, you ever heard of the comedian Patrice O'Neal?
Nah, I never heard of
Right. So there's this comedian named Patrice O'Neal, right? And he's like one of the dopest comedians that ever walked the earth. He passed away a few years ago or whatever. But
a man?
Yeah, as a dude. Yeah, as a dude. So so he has this show called the Black Phillip Show, where he would do this podcast where he would talk about relationships and stuff. You should actually check it out because he does a lot of good shit on there, right? So he would talk about, him and his girl and how he taught his girl a whole bunch of shit. Now, his girl, I think she does like some media stuff, and they interviewed her. You could probably Google Patrice O'Neal's girlfriend or whatever, and there's some interviews that came up or whatever. And so she specifically said on one of the interviews, she did an interview with ThisIs50.com, and she said that being with him basically taught her a lot of shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the fact that he was real with her and the fact that he was honest with her and taught her a lot of things about life, a lot of things about relationships, that she now sees things differently, and she's benefited from understanding that stuff. So he's upgraded her mind, like crazy. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that a lot of women don't encounter, is dealing with the guy who can put them on to certain things. You understand what I'm saying? And so, that's the importance of it, because a lot of guys out here, they'll just talk to a girl, they'll holler at a chick, they'll try to smash and everything, and that's all cool, here and there. But at the end of the day, the thing that makes women like want to stick with you and want to fuck with you on the long term and actually like really, really fuck with you, have your back and doing all this other shit, those are the girls that they've noticed that this guy has gave them some game. You understand what I'm saying? He's done something to improve her, mentality. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that, that's important about, the upgrade of a woman's mind. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's what it is.
Mr. Locario, I have another question if you don't mind.
Right, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so, all right, I get the part how you can upgrade a chick's mind. I get that, but in order, not comparing myself with the next man, but say the next man may have more game or more advantage than you. How do you upgrade yourself to be on a higher level in order to get this woman? Okay, my thing is, I feel that in order to upgrade her, you have to be upgraded yourself.
Right.
You upgrade yourself to that level where you can, because some of these women got game. A lot of these women out here, they already have some game because they've been around. If they're in that late 20s, 30s, even 40s, they got some type of game with them.
Right.
And I'm into older women myself, so I'm not really into the young girls like that.
Right.
So I want to get to that level where I can just be upgraded myself first, then I can go try to upgrade some of these women. Right.
Well, the thing is too is that to upgrade yourself specifically is more about you. Like I was talking to the other caller earlier, where I was saying that you got to have something going on or things going on consistently in your life that have to do with other things than women. You understand what I'm saying? So when you learn certain things and you do certain things and you experience certain things, right? That's you upgrading yourself, right? So once you encounter that chick, you understand what I'm saying? Then you have something to offer in that regard. Now the thing is that when you are dealing with a chick, you don't necessarily need to worry about any other guy as far as like competition and all this other stuff, right? The only thing you need to worry about is when you're dealing with a girl, she needs to, when she's with you, you understand, or when she's dealing with you, it's about you dealing with her in that situation. It's sort of like, let's say if you have a company, right? And in your company, you hire somebody, right? So then when you hire them, you teach them the ropes of how to deal with whatever it is in that company in order for you and that person to thrive within the situation. It's your company. They're working with you or working for you, whatever it is like that. And then you teach them the ropes, or you teach them certain things so that they can become good, so that you can also be good with them with what you're doing. Now, there might be a time where that person says, hey, I had a really good time here. I want to move on to another company. And then they can move on to another company, and that's all good. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is that while they're with your company, they are doing what they need to do within your company, and you are giving them the skills and the tools to upgrade them to be able to to thrive in that situation. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that if you're doing that, you're gonna have a chick who's basically worth being with, who's with you. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is, if you're dealing with a girl and she's all over the place, you feel what I'm saying? And she has no direction and she's just wilding out and acting crazy, that's not going to benefit you. You feel what I'm saying? But if you got a chick who's coachable, if you got a chick who actually will listen, if you got a chick who is actually going to work with you, then that's cool, because now you got somebody who's going to benefit you while you and her are together. You feel what I'm saying? And then at some point, if it doesn't work out or whatever, if y'all are, if y'all go your separate ways, you understand? Then she might deal with another guy, and then she's going to deal with him, and it's going to go how it's going to go. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really all it is. You feel what I mean? So, because it helps you out to be able to have that girl you're with to be the type of chick you're with that's going to benefit you while you're with her. You feel what I'm saying? Because you can either have a bullshit relationship, or you can have a relationship with a chick who is going to listen and who's going to be upgraded, who's willing to be upgraded, so that the relationship could flourish even better. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, man. It's crazy, but yeah, man. But damn, what time is this? Like 6:30 right now, and shit.
Yeah, about 6:30.
Yeah, man. So I'm about to head up out of here. We gotta get a little bit more stuff done. But yeah, thanks for calling through.
Yeah, good talking to you. If I don't make it tomorrow, definitely. You said August.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have another one in August too. But yeah, if you definitely come out tomorrow, let me know, and we'll make it happen.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, man. I'm gonna talk to you.
All right, peace.
All right, peace. All right, people, man. So listen, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get some stuff ready for tomorrow and everything else. So remember, guys, there's a few tickets left. Make sure you click the link below to get your tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar. Also, click the link below to get, the hard copy of How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That is pretty much it. I'm about to be out of here. Let me see. We had a lot of people up in the spot. We got Messid Tobe, Sheldon Smith, Sticky E, Female Pimp, 69 Ballers. Female Pimp, you got to call next time. You friend. Felipe Francisco, Paul, Samba, Johnny. We got Fabulito 28, AJ Hussein, PR. Who else we got up in here? Got a lot of people over here. S Chrome 100, Dre the Great, Henchman, Mr. DC Comics, J James, Casey McLure, 2017 Business. There's a lot of y'all up in here, but yo, I appreciate y'all hanging out, and I will see all of you who are going to be at the seminar tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow. Who just popped up in the building? The Great One, 1978. What's going on, man? I'm about to go off in a second. You came a little late, but you're going to have to catch me on the next week. But I want everybody to get tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar. If you are in New York City, come through, hang out with us. It's going to be off the hook. And I will talk to you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.